Bellagio, the biggest buy-in in World Poker Tour history means the stakes tonight for one player have literally never been higher. It's the WPT Super High Roller from the World Championship, and it's only on the WPT.
Glad it's not you and I.
Well, there you see the money breakdown. The winner going to take home $1.3 million, and the guy in sixth place who's going to finish on the money bubble is going home with nothing. The final six of the Super High Roller event about to get underway at the final table. But Vince, let's point out that only 5 of them are sitting at the table.
Well, Mike, you know, I don't think we've ever seen this before. Everyone knows about Phil Hellmuth. He likes to come in late, you know, he shows off that way, a big entrance. But this is not John Juanda's style necessarily. We know he's kind of a shy guy, introverted, doesn't play to the cameras, never has. I'm sure he's going to show up. I think the over and under is about a half an hour. What do you think, Mike?
Well, maybe he's going to let somebody go broke first before he comes in the room so he can make sure to get a payday.
All right, Andy's 5,000, blinds 25 and 50. Thomas Marchese first to play. He's got ace-7 of spades, and he has raised to 100,000. Right next to him is Daniel Perper.
Well, Daniel, one of the 2 amateurs at this table, successful businessman and options trader, actually won a tournament, a $5,000 no-limit tournament at Bellagio here in December. He took that prize money and parlayed into this tournament, and a wise move. He's a chip leader right now.
He is called with Jack-10 of hearts. Justin Bonomo out. Now Andrew Robl, very tough young pro, is going to fold as well. Round to Bill Klein.
All in.
And he's going all in with this. Marchese out.
Well, he's starting on a short stack, but he's 4-bet all in. Well, this guy is an incredible man, an incredible story. He is donating 100% of whatever he wins tonight to charity. 50% goes to cystic fibrosis. The other 50% goes to the Shea Therapeutic Riding Center. And what's even more remarkable, Vince, is that if he goes out busted in 6th place, he's still going to contribute another $100,000 to those charities.
Well, you would think he'd be tighter than Arnold Schwarzenegger's turtleneck, but not so. And look at this, he's getting the call by Dan Perper.
Well, it was the tall stack against the short stack.
There you go, Jack-10 of hearts is called. Bill Klein's King-Queen of hearts.
He's thrilled to be here. Bill's played on high-stakes poker before. His son Billy's here, daughter Whitney in the house, a lot of friends. They've come over to watch him, but right now they're holding their breath to see if his king-queen holds up.
He's 64 years old. He's got to sweat the very first hand.
That's the guy who plays golf over 200 days a year, he said.
Oh, look at this flop. 9, 7, 6 of diamonds. Neither player has a diamond. Inside straight draw there for Perper, though. Let's take a look at the turn.
Well, a 7 comes off. So
wow.
Daniel needs an 8, a 10, or a jack, or Bill Klein is going to double up on deal number 1.
Will the philanthropist hold out here and make this work for him? Let's go to the river.
Well, it's a king. Well, he drives it right down the middle of that hole, Vince. No doubt about it. He's doubled up on deal number 1. His motto is every day is a great day.
Every day is a great day.
And give back, and give back. And certainly he's doing that tonight by donating whatever he wins tonight to charity.
That is beautiful.
You got to salute the guy.
Yes, that is a great attitude by Bill Klein. It is a pleasure to have him at the final table here tonight. And you know what? He was almost eliminated just there, and that means that John Juanda would have made the money by not even showing up. Pretty incredible. Well, Justin Bonomo has raised to 100,000.
I think it's a daring thing John's doing. He's starting in 5th chip position. He's not even here. Oh, here he is. John Juanda in the house. Well, John's a former track star. You saw him sort of sprinting to the table there, but a little bit late.
It's dead, but I guess you could look at it, huh?
Juanda's hand is dead at this point.
The rule in tournament poker is you have to be in your seat before the last card is dealt. He wasn't.
He's been erased. Now, Bill Klein, who has called with King-Queen. Now, Juanda, look at this. John Juanda is waiting, even though his hand is dead.
He wants a ruling.
Even though they were the one who stopped him.
Marchese out. John's starting to complain here. Oh, my goodness. He's got kings. The wonder. He's sickened by that.
Well, he sure is. You see the steam coming off John's head, though. I bet on that.
I didn't see any cards.
Oh, that's what you get for showing up late.
Oh, boy, the track star out of the blocks now, I can tell you.
But we have two-way action here. Here's the flop, ace, queen, 6. So Bill Klein actually out in front with queens. Bonomo with nothing.
Bonomo making the continuation bet here.
150,000.
Yeah, he's going to represent 2 aces, and that's what Bill thinks he's got, so he gets out of the way. So Bonomo picks up the pot.
You have aces, Justin? So if you did, you got cheated.
Why, do you have like queens or something?
Don't worry, I only have 2 kings.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But this is incredible because John Juanda, the mystery guest, showed up late, had kings, and that would have been out in front, of course.
And with that hand, Andrew Robl is now taking the chip lead by not playing a pot yet because Daniel Perper's gone down a little bit in chips.
Action right back on Justin Bonomo from Fairfax, Virginia. Only 26 years old. He's going to fold this one. And now Andrew Robl peeks down at a 7 deuce. Not going to play. Bill Klein also folding. Around to John Juanda, who must be steaming. And he goes out. And now 3-time WPT finalist. They call him the Big Cheese. Tom Marchese is going to raise in the small blind with nothing. Makes it 135, and Daniel Perper is going to go out.
And Tom Marchese, terrific young player, highly respected by his peers.
He's from Parsippany, New Jersey. He's only 24 years old, but he's a phenomenon.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Tough looks down to 2 queens.
The pair of ladies.
Andrew's the chip leader and now picks up a monster hand.
And he likes it, and he's going to bump it to 140 to go. Bill Klein now peeking down at an ace-9. Won't play that. Now into John Juanda. No. Marchese out.
And Daniel Perper. Him and Justin out as well, so
Victory.
Andrew Robl picking up that pot.
But you want more when you got queens and you only get the blinds and antes. That's disappointing. Bill Klein has moved up his chip stack, but he's still a short stack. He's got about 1.3. Action's on him. He folds his hand. John Juanda now with an 8 deuce won't play, and now it's on Tom Marchese. They call him the Big Cheese from Parsippany, New Jersey, and he's going to raise with it, Mike. Makes it 100,000 to go.
Well, Daniel Perper quickly calling him.
With ace-jack. Bonomo out. And now Andrew Robl with a king-5.
Well, Andrew Robl's got the chip lead. He's getting priced in to make this call, and he does so. 3-way action here.
Here come the first 3.
Well, no help to anybody as it comes 7-6-6.
Andrew Robl first to check. Now Tom Marchese.
Marchese going to make the continuation bet here, even though he's only got king high.
Yeah, 135. Dan Perper going away. And now Andrew Robl also won't play. So nicely done with the continuation bet with king high for Thomas Marchese.
Folks, you're witnessing the power of betting in poker. Tom Marchese demonstrating it beautifully right there.
Go, Tom.
Well, there's his good buddy, Doc Sands. His girlfriend, Erica, rooting him on.
Yeah, the Big Cheese making things work for his 3rd time here at a WPT final table.
Can't be that afraid of bubbling, Vince. He's betting with king 8 offsuits.
All right, we have a fold by Juanda, and now Tom Marchese with a pair of 3s. Going to bump it up to 100,000. Dan out, as is Justin Bonomo.
And Robl out as well.
Down to Bill Klein. Looks down at an ace-8 of spades.
Bill Klein, the retired businessman, plays golf over 200 days a year.
64 years old. He's got his family here tonight, and he's got a decision to make right now.
All in.
Wow, there you go.
It's all in here with an ace-8.
Gonna put the pressure on Marchese, and no, the Big Cheese can't play. Nicely done by Bill.
Now, Vince, let me ask you a question. These other guys know that this guy's giving all his money away to charity. Even if he loses, he's matching another 100,000 to give him to charity. Meaning, obviously, money's no object for this guy. So to try to put pressure on him or to drive him out of a pot because you might be thinking the guy's afraid of his money, don't put Bill Klein in that category.
No,
he doesn't fall in it.
No, but he's playing pretty smart right now. He's betting it off. He's not calling it off. He's a pretty wise poker player, it seems. Like the way he's playing. He's got nice momentum so far. He's got some chips now. There are no such thing as amateurs in the poker world anymore. They're all good. All right, back to this hand. Marchese folding. Now it's on Daniel. And he's got a pair of eights.
He's the other so-called amateur at the table.
Well, he's made it 110,000 to go. Justin out.
And Daniel, successful businessman, was inspired by Andy Frankenberger, who's a derivatives trader that became our WPT Player of the Year last year. And Daniel says, if he can do it, I can do it.
And Andrew Robl now. He's got 10-8 of spades. Looks like he's going to splash around here a little bit. He's going to raise it. Makes it 280.
Just shows you how aggressive these young guys are.
Bill Klein out, and now John Juanda looking down at the weapons of mass destruction, the pair of aces. What a time to get him. He's going to repop it, makes it a $500,000. Dan Perper with the eights quickly going away. Back on Robl.
And it's only a $220,000 raise, and the pot's got like 900,000 in it. So even though Robl's only got a 10-8, he's actually about getting priced in to make this call.
And look at Robl. He is going to make this call. He looks a little like a poor man's Matt Damon in a way, doesn't he?
Well, he won't be poor if he wins this tournament. He'll have 1.3 million more.
Here's the flop. Not good for Robl as a 9-9-5 shows up. And John Juanda.
It's a good flop for John. Never going to put your opponent on a 9 in this spot. Just wouldn't think he'd call a 4-bet with a 9 in his hand. So he's got two aces. Figures he's got the best hand. If the guy's got a pair of 5s, you're just going out of here with the two aces.
This is John Juanda's 7th final WPT table. Just incredible. He's picked up aces. Will it be his night tonight? He's going to stick out 455.
I think the jig is up here for Robl.
You would think. And yes, it is. He is going to fold the hand. So nicely done by John Juanda, the veteran. Take it down that pot.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
All right, Will the Thrill Fiala is the leader of the WPT Player of the Year standings, as you can see. One event to go, the WPT World Championship event here at Bellagio. This event, however, does not count for WPT Player of the Year standings.
Right now, we got a great battle going on here at Bellagio. Andrew Robl is the chip leader with 2.8. To the felt we go. Daniel Perper from Illinois, the family man.
Yeah, Big Ten guy, Vince. Was actually the Big Ten Bowler of the Year once. Pretty impressive.
Quickly folds his hand. Justin Bonomo out. And now Andrew Robl.
We just saw Andrew get burned with a 10-8 a minute ago. Now he's got the 9-6 of clubs, so he likes these middling suit cards. That's obvious.
Yeah, he's going to raise with that 9-6. Makes it 100,000. And now into Bill Klein. And he's got a pretty attractive ace-queen. Bill's 64 years old. So-called amateur player. He's got his family here tonight. He's a philanthropist.
And he also knows these young guys play very aggressive poker and could raise on any two cards.
All in.
And he's going all in here.
He doesn't care, Mike. He's got to push with that ace. John Juanda with the king-jack behind him. Gets out of the way. Big cheese folding. And Robl also going to fold.
So there you go. Bill Klein taking down that pot by moving all in. Vince, normally it's the young aggressive players that are pushing guys around, but
Running us over.
yeah, not going to push these old guys around here.
Yes, he is. He's playing strong poker. Lives in Laguna Hills, California. Not intimidated so far by these young guys. On this hand, Bill quickly folds.
Over to John Juanda. Very tough, high-stakes player. Great tournament success. He goes out.
Yeah, Tom Marchese now is going to raise with a 6-4 of hearts to 100,000. Daniel Perper, though, Mike, look at this, has king-queen.
Yeah, Daniel from Highland Park, Illinois. Gonna re-raise it here.
He makes it 140. Justin Bonomo out. Now Andrew Robl. Robl out, and Marchese wanting no part of it. Daniel Perper.
So one of the two amateurs at this table, so-called amateurs. Daniel Perper taking down that pot.
All right, action going to John Juanda. With a quick fold. Big cheese now with a pair of deuces. This is Tom Marchese's third time at a final table. He's going to raise to 100. Dan Perper out. Bonomo hasn't played a hand since the monkeys broke up.
Well, don't criticize Bonomo, Vince. This is the fourth time the guy's played a $100,000 buy-in tournament. He's cashed the other 3 times.
Andrew Robl, though, with a big hand, ace-queen. And yes, he will call it. And now around to Bill. He's out.
Just calls. Robl not re-raising with the ace-queen. So we're going to see a flop here.
Yeah, deuces versus ace-queen. We are flopping.
Oh, what a flop for Robl. Ace, ace, 4.
Beautiful for Andrew Robl, and he's going to try to trap. He checks.
Yeah, these are the 2 youngest players at the table going at it here.
Marchese with the deuces is going to bet. He's going to fall in the trap. 85,000.
Look at this. Robl not raising again, just calling here.
He's going to give a little massage. He's going to milk the Holstein.
Oh, and now he can milk him a lot as he's got aces full.
Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, he's going to check again.
Now there's no card Tom can catch to win this pot.
Oh, but the big cheese, he's got heart. He's betting again. 155 with absolutely zip and pip.
And he knows it's the only way he can win this pot is to bet, but obviously it's not going to work because Robl's got aces full.
Do you repop or do you just keep milking slowly?
He's just going to call again. I really like this play by Robl.
That's right.
Just give your opponent a chance to keep on betting if he wants to.
River card coming up, a 10 of diamonds. Andrew again first to act. Will the milking continue? Yes. Yes, and Marchese now. Oh, he's going to check. He finally gives it up.
Well, Marchese knows he's beat.
Oh, the big cheese here just molded. And he molds away Andrew Robl. Nicely done.
That's some bad thoughts probably creeping into the big cheese's mind now. He went out in the bubble the last time he played a 100K tournament.
Robl now this chip leader still with $3 million. Action on the big cheese, Tom Marchese. And now he's just fed up. He quickly folds.
Yeah, the big cheese worried about becoming Swiss cheese again here, Vince.
Into Daniel Perper. He's going to squeeze out a queen 3. Won't play that mess. Justin Bonomo is going to pop it up with an ace 10. Makes it 100,000. Andrew Robl folds his hand. Bill Klein going out.
Over to John Juanda.
Oh, boy.
Got 2 kings.
Just amazing.
Remember the hand they didn't let him play when he picked up 2 kings, when he was late getting to the table. Then he picked up aces to more than double up, and now he's got kings.
He's raised to 300, and he's going to get the action by Bonomo. So a big pot. John Juanda with the kings, and the flop is a 10-5-7.
With 2 spades, so this could spell big trouble for Justin Bonomo. He's got top pair and top kicker, but Juanda with the best hand right now with 2 kings.
You got the solid overpair. Juanda with his 7th time at a WPT final tables, never taken a title, and he's going to push all in.
You saw the eyebrows go up for Bonomo there because his tournament life is now on the line. What do you do here? $263,000 in real cash, the difference between 6th and 5th. But he's gambling.
Yep.
He's making the call here, and he's going to need help, or he's going to be our 6th place finisher.
No doubt about it. Bonomo's mohawk just spiked up a little bit more there when he saw those kings. Well, you can't blame Bonomo for calling this.
It's just hard to get away from this hand.
And here we go. We got 10s up against kings with 2 cards to go.
You can feel the drama now, folks, because the 6th place finisher gets nothing after putting up 100,000 and making it all the way down to the final 6. Vince, this is essentially a $263,000 real money turning river card here. That's what's at stake for these guys, at least that much.
Can Justin Bonomo get lucky on the turn? Let's take a look. No, it's a 7, pairs the board. So Justin Bonomo out of Fairfax, Virginia in big trouble. Needs to hit an ace or a 10. Final card appearing. Can John Juanda's hand hold up?
Well, it's a 9. So that's going to do it for Justin Bonomo, the tough pro out of Toronto. Falls short tonight on the bubble. Unfortunately for him, he takes home nothing.
Oh, boy. Well, Justin, going to pick up nothing. Took a loss in this tournament. Over to talk to Jess Wellman.
Justin, you made it back to the final table, but you weren't able to improve on your 5th place finish from last year. How disappointing is it to get back here and miss out on the money?
It sucks. I mean, there's not really much other way to put it.
You are having an incredible year, though, and this is just another deep run and a great list of results, so you have to feel good about that.
Yeah, the World Series is coming up, so hopefully I'll do well there. You know, I can't complain too much. Life is good.
Well, best of luck at the World Series, Justin.
Well, we've seen it all at this final table so far tonight. The drama that the 6th place finisher got nothing. That would be Justin Bonomo, who just was eliminated in 6th place.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description, use the code YT11 on deposit, and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Well, there you see John Juanda well out in front with nearly 4.7 million. Andrew Robl in 2nd place with 3.4 million. The winner going to take home $1.3 million. John, of course, finishing in our first final table. Runner-up to Gus Hansen 10 years ago. Get back to the film.
And he's 5,000 blinds, 25 and 50. A quick fold by John Juanda. Now Tom Marchese, the big cheese, with an ace-queen, is going to raise it up to 100,000. Right behind him, Daniel Perper from Illinois with a 10-8 of diamonds.
Yeah, we got 2 amateurs at this table. He's one of them, an options trader. But he did win a $5,000 tournament here at Bellagio back in December. He decided to take that money and enter this tournament, and it's a wise decision.
Well, he is going to raise with a 10-8. Andrew Robl out. Bill Klein, the philanthropist, going away. So back on big cheese.
Now what do you do if you're Tom Marchese? An amateur is 3-bet you. All of a sudden your ace-queen has shrunk up a little.
Yep, he knows Perper's a pretty tight player, but you still have ace-queen.
All in.
And there you go. The big cheese is going to try to slice up the Perper.
Wow. What a bet by Tom Marchese. He's going to take it down.
Yep, and Perper has to fold the hand.
Well, Perper went to the University of Illinois as a computer science major. He was the Big Ten Bowler of the Year once, but right there, you might say a gutter ball, Vince.
Well, he took a shot there. Just so happened Big Cheese had the big hand, and that's going to give him migraines. Poor Perper. You know, Perper said, I want to make the final table here, of course, because I want my 3 kids to watch me play poker on TV. He's done so.
Be proud of Papa.
Yeah. All right, back to this hand. Couple quick folds, and now John Juanda looks at a pair of kings. Can you believe it again?
Just incredible. Already at this final table. This is the 3rd time he's had 2 kings. We had aces one time also.
Well, he has raised to 120. Everybody runs away from John Juanda.
Kings again.
How did you know?
John gonna take this.
Pocket kings again.
Started out in 5th chip position at this final table, but now he's the big chip leader.
As you can see, John Juanda
Is it my hand here? It's dead, but I guess you could look at it, huh?
was not there to start the tournament. He finally sits down. His hand is dead. He looks at a pair of kings.
Well, Vince, if your hand is dead and they rule you can't play it, why look at it and aggravate yourself? Just muck it.
Well, he did aggravate himself, but right now, he's back on top with a smile. What a poker player he is. He's a chip leader at this point, close to 4.7 million.
They were saying, John, that you made the final table of the first WPT ever. During your walk-in, that's what they were announcing.
Oh, you're old.
How can you imagine?
Yep.
Robl and Marchese were 14 and 15 years old
Yeah.
when John Juanda made a first final table on the World Poker Tour, finishing runner-up to Gus Hansen in that tournament. But think how young these other guys were.
That's right. Okay, this hand John's going to fold. And now Tom Marchese with a 9-10 of clubs, going to make it 100,000. He is relentless. He powers through poker. Okay, and Dan Perper's going to call with a queen-jack. Robl out.
Just can't get over it. These guys were Cub Scouts when they made that final table.
Look at this. Bill Klein is going to splash with a 9-3 of spades. So a couple callers. Here's the flop.
comes ace 8 deuce. No help to anybody.
And the philanthropist, Bill Klein, first to play. He's going to check it. Marchese now.
Marchese going to take the lead, as we say. He is going to fire out, even though he hit none of that flop.
130, Daniel out, and so is Bill Klein. So the Big Cheese just making his own way happen here with bets and continuation bets and power poker. Never taken down the title yet. Can it be his night tonight? We will see. Action going to Andrew Robl. Quick fold by him.
Last time we saw Andrew at the final table, we finished second to Antonio Esfandiari right here at Bellagio.
Bill Klein now is going to raise with just a jack 7. Makes it 100 to go. Juanda out. Big Cheese going out as well. On to Perper. And Perper, with just a jack 10, is going to make the call.
The two businessmen going at it here. Both have jack high. Flop queen 8-5. Look at this, Vince. He is getting out chips to lead out and bet into the pre-flop raiser. Something you don't see often.
Very interesting. 135.
You can see Bill Klein's mind just whirring away here, saying, hey, I raised before the flop. Why is this guy betting now?
He is confused by this.
He only has a jack 7, but what he's thinking is, if I move in on the guy, can he call me?
Well, he's going to get away from the hand. Nicely done by Daniel Perper. Taking the pot with jack high.
Yeah, went to the University of Illinois. Was a computer science major. Now an option trader and a partner in an investment firm. Successful businessman playing out here on the WPT.
Yeah, 5 players remain here at Bellagio. Bill, first one to play right now. He's looking down at a 7-3. Quickly folds the hand. John Juanda with an ace 4.
He's got the chip lead. He's got an ace high, so he's going to raise it.
Yeah, makes it 120 to go. Tom Marchese out. Now Daniel Perper.
Or how about Daniel? He married a wife, and her name is Danielle.
What?
So you got Daniel and Danielle. You got 3 kids.
Wow.
He loves to spend time with his family, so that's one of his hobbies. Poker and basketball, his other 2 hobbies. What if you can take him in hoops, Vince?
I doubt it, huh?
Huh?
Doubt
He's
it.
a bowler of the year.
Bowler, hoops. I don't know. He looks like a good athlete, actually, really.
You're being modest, Vince. You can take him easy in the hoops. Get him on the court.
My bones are creaking just thinking about it. Look at this. With ace 6, he is raised. Andrew Robl with a pair of 8s.
Vince, the pot's been raised and re-raised. What would you do with the mid pair right here? I believe I'd just muck him.
So he's going to get out.
I think you have to in that case. Juanda out as well, so a nice 3-bet with an ace-6 right there. And we're seeing some good aggressive play by this guy, Vince.
His game is starting to heat up, as you see Doc Sands and Erica enjoying the moment. All right, to the action. John Juanda with a quick fold. Tom Marchese now. He's going to lay down a queen 9, and now it's on Perper with the button, and also has a queen 9.
Yeah, he's going to raise on the button with it.
That's true. Makes it 100,000. Now Andrew Robl behind him with a 7-5.
He's going to come over the top and 3-bet this with the 7-5 offsuit.
Yeah, makes it 300,000 to go. Bill out. Now Perper also with a quick fold.
So that's how you do it, folks. No hand. Just come right over the top of them and raise them with junk and take down the money.
Yeah, the crowd amused by that. They like that. Andrew Robl looking good.
That's how you do it with no cards, folks.
Incredible. All right, to the action. A quick fold by Daniel Perper. And now Andrew Robl with jack 7 is going to raise. 130 to go. Bill Klein now. Folding. John out.
Everybody playing pretty aggressive here.
Tom Marchese now with a king jack.
I call it trouble hand. Even if you hit a king or a jack on the flop and your opponent keeps betting, you're afraid he's got ace king or ace jack.
Good point, but it's not scaring off the Big Cheese. He has made the call, and here's the flop.
Now flop comes queen jack 5, all spades. Tom has flopped a pair and a king high flush draw. He is checked. And I'm guessing to check raise in case Robl fires at this pot with his jacks. He doesn't, he checks them.
Well, the turn pairs the board, pair of 5s.
Again, Tom checks.
Robl now with jacks and fives. And he's going to check.
What a check by Robl there.
Good restraint, and an ace of spades on the river, giving Marchese the big cheese. This nut flush, and he's going to bet it.
He figures that Robl's probably got ace high in his hand, meaning he's got aces up here, and we'll probably call him.
Robl with jacks and fives.
I'm thinking about calling with the jacks because just doesn't think Marchese would bet out with two aces. He'd just check it down here. So he's got a flush or nothing. At least I'm sure that's what Robl is figuring out right now. Robl's girlfriend sweating him on here.
Yeah, but he's up against Thomas Marchese, the big cheese, who is tougher than the chicken parm at the Olive Garden. So you got to think twice.
He's wincing, and he throws his hand away. Good lay down by Robl there.
Big cheese strikes again. Hitting the flush, raking in the chips. Right now, it's still John Juanda, who is the chip leader. Marchese in the middle of the pack with about 2.3 million. Here we go again. Right back on Marchese. Marchese has a uneventful queen 3, first position, quick fold. Daniel Perper now with an 8-6 of diamonds. These speculate.
Daniel came to this final table as our chip leader. He's now sitting in 4th place.
He's 37 years old. Wow, he's made it 130 to go. Around to Andrew Robl, who has a real hand, pair of jacks. Finally, Robl picks up a real hand. He is re-raised, going to 310. Now it's into Bill Klein, who has a little pair of threes here.
Well, the pot's been raised and re-raised to him.
It certainly has.
I know Bill's on the short stack here. Wants to make something happen, but not sure this is the time you want to do it with 2 threes.
All in.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
He has misstepped there. Bill Klein's gone all in. Wanda out. Perper out. But a quick snap call, of course, by Andrew Robl with the jacks. Bill Klein's going to hate it.
You saw Bill wince right there. Just didn't like this
Open just over there.
particular timing of him moving all in, Vince, against a raise and a re-raise in front of him in that spot. But
I refuse to stand up early, though.
Well, he's been aggressive all night. It's been working, but this time just gets out of line.
That's actually the trick to hit it.
That's optimism.
Bill Klein, the 64-year-old philanthropist, in a lot of trouble.
I got a straight flush draw and hearts going. What are you talking about?
Let's put out some hearts, make it exciting for TV. Maybe like deuce 4 or 5 of hearts or something, but no 3. That ruins the excitement.
All right, here comes the first 3. And look at this.
3 right on the flop. It's come ace, deuce, 3.
Just amazing. A set for Bill Klein. He has outflopped Andrew Robl. And Robl looks sick.
5. I need a straight draw.
Could this be the night for Bill Klein? Things are happening so far. He's still got to sweat out a couple cards.
And it's a jack on the turn.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Complete disaster as a jack hits on the turn.
Now I'm going to stand up.
This hand was made for
Well,
TV.
he can stand up because Marchese folded a 3.
The right hand was on top to begin with.
Bill Klein drawing dead, going to be our 5th place finisher.
I folded queen 3.
Well, that's a 7. That's going to do it for the likable Bill Klein. He's such a super guy, contributing the entire $263,000 to charity. His motto is every day is a great day, and to give back, and give back some more. Really enjoying life now and giving back, and you got to really appreciate guys like this.
Well, he is a generous guy. He's out in 5th place, and he's going over to talk to Jess Wellman.
Phil, you came in short, but you managed to double up, make the money, and you may be out, but we've got $260,000 going to a great cause, right?
They'll be split between 2 charities, right? Between cystic fibrosis and the Shea Therapeutic Writing Center, which is located in San Juan Capistrano. I got to say, this was a well-run tournament. Love the World Poker Tour. The guys I played with, great guys. I've had respect for them. I have more respect. They're great people. It was fun playing with them. Could have used 1 more 3, I think, at the end, but that's the way life goes. And all I know is when I grow up, I want to be me.
Sounds like you had an amazing time. I hope we see you again next year.
You will, definitely. Thanks again. Thanks for having me.
Congratulations, Phil.
Appreciate it.
Kim, over to you.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Right action going to Daniel Perper from Highland Park, Illinois, first to play. He's going to fold his hand. Now the chip leader, Andrew, with a king jack of spades. Will pop it, makes it 130 to go.
Everybody's going to raise with that hand on the button, especially if you're chip leader.
Now John Juanda has looked at only one card, I believe. It's an ace of hearts.
It's not a requirement to look at two. You don't even have to look at one. Just get your chips in there.
Yeah,
We play with guys, man. It's a bet in the dark.
that is true. 400,000 with just seeing the ace.
Well, this way you got one to sweat in case the guy calls you.
Tom Marchese out, and Andrew will make this call, so peeky time there for John. Flop comes up queen 8-3. Here we go, John. Squeeze it out. It's a jack of clubs. Nothing hitting on that flop. He's first to play.
And he's got the best hand with ace high, but do you lead out and bet?
Of course you do. Betting 435.
If your opponent raised you, what do you do then?
And Robl is going to respect that bet. He folds.
A good continuation bet there by Juanda.
See two cards.
That looks like you want to show one card at least.
No, I want to see two cards.
John,
I forgot.
he is giggling like a man that had just ace high.
Macau style.
He says it's Macau style.
Both John and Robl have been down to Macau to play in those ultra high stakes cash games.
All right, right back on it. Action on Johnny. He's going to look at... Oh, he's doing it again, Mike. Only one card. Again, John Juanda, just looking at ace, has raised to 145. Timeout. Oh, boy, there could be big problems. Daniel Perper has picked up a real big hand. Pair of kings. Perper, the option trader, 37 years old, family man.
Well, he's on the short stack, man, so I'm expecting him just to come over the top and probably just put it all in.
Come on.
That's exactly what he's doing. He has gone all in. Robl out.
Well, John looking down at the second card now, the 10 of diamonds, so he's got ace-10 suited.
Yeah, not a bad hand.
Yeah, but do you want to put another 1.3 million in the pot with this hand? When your opponent's all in, he could have ace-queen, ace-king where you'd be dominated. The best hope is if he's got like 2 sevens where you're in a race, but pretty big gamble to take.
Would have liked my hand better. You do a big blind. Small blind. But I don't think I can fold this, and especially this suited.
Looks like he might get sucked in. And yes, he does. He is making the call.
I have ace 10.
Oh, John disgusted with himself now.
Well, great spot for Perper to double up here.
Kings have been holding up like so many times.
That is true.
Have you
The
noticed
Kings have
that?
been very solid, holding up.
Well, Perper says just let him hold up one more time.
There's Perper's dad in the audience, sweating his son.
And he can't even look.
No.
Vince, as you know, every time you have kings and you're all in, the guy's got an ace. Seems like the first card out is an ace, but
Don't jinx the man.
I'm not jinxing him. I'm not jinxing you, Daniel. Ignore what I said.
I think you just jinxed him. We will see.
2 diamonds.
Here comes the flop. Did Mike Sexton jinx Perper? Not yet. It's a 10-8 deuce. Good for Perper.
Well, it helps Juanda a little bit. He's got 2 10s now. But Perper well out in front with the 2 kings.
Staying stoic. Here comes the turn card. 8. That pairs the board. Also good for Dan Perper.
Well, Perper in great shape to double up here and make a race out of this thing.
There's John Juanda's family hoping against hope that
Ace of hearts.
John should hit. He says ace of hearts, and he gets an ace of
Comes
hearts.
up on the river.
Oh, boy.
Heartbreak for Daniel Perper right there. He shakes his head in frustration,
Sorry, buddy.
like most everybody would, but good sport, shakes hands all around. But Vince, right now, his stomach's got to be like a washer on high speed.
Thank you.
I can tell you, it is going in circles. got to be sick to go out like that.
Well, the pain continues here at Bellagio. He'll pick up $393,000. He's going over to talk to Jess Wellman.
Dan, you got it in with the best of it, and it just didn't work out for you, but you have to feel good about how you've done in this tough field, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I played really well. Didn't really have the cards go my way today, obviously. It was the first real hand I picked up, and could have easily doubled up, and instead I'm out, so what can you do?
Exactly. Are we going to be seeing more of you on the poker circuit in the future?
Hopefully. I'm not going to be playing a lot of tournaments, but hopefully you'll see me anyway.
Well, it's an amazing start. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Kimberly, back to you.
Here tonight.
Yes, let me correct you. Tom Marchese and Andrew Robl put in $200,000. Both of these guys got busted and rebought into this tournament.
John Juanda with a queen jack. First to act. Gonna raise, makes it 140. Now big cheese. Wow. With an ace-8 has re-raised to 370. And now Robl. Just an ace-jack. Actually just the best hand, but what to do?
When the pot's been raised and re-raised, you normally just automatically muck the ace-jack. You got nothing invested. You could just get out and let them fight it out where one of them might knock the other guy out. But not if you're Andrew Robl. He is going to 4-bet.
I guess they don't want me to play.
What a play by Robl.
An aggressive 25-year-old is going to make it work. Juanda and the big cheese going away.
You know, just a great read by Robl there. The 4-bet with the ace-jack. Tom Marchese still in the tournament. Rebought in the second day also. So neither one of these guys were going to buy back in. They both decided to do it. And what a prudent decision it was for both of them.
Well, look at this hand, Mike. Oh, my goodness. A raise by Juanda. And now Thomas Marchese picks up aces. The best hand in poker. Let's watch Master Big Cheese go to work here. He's looking real serious. This is kill time. Let's see the raise. Yep, 3:45 to go.
Yeah, he's just hoping Robl 4-bets this time like he did the last hand. Won that pot without a flop. But
Robl's got queen jack of clubs. He would not want to get out of line here. Oh, but he is going to lay it down. Good for him. Now it's back on Juanda.
yeah, you'd like to see a flop with this kind of hand. But
John Juanda could afford it, but no, he's going to make a great lay down. Doesn't want to get more involved. And the big cheese, Tom Marchese, not getting quite the action he wanted with aces.
Sam, why didn't you 4-bet me there? There you see the chip counts. 3 players left. Juanda and Robl pretty close to the same, a little over $5 million in chips. Marchese right now sitting in 3rd place.
A little disgusted he couldn't knock someone off with those aces, but this time with a 9-8, going to make it 120.
I'll tell you, the guy stays aggressive. You got to take your hat off to him for that.
Andrew out, but Juanda is going to make this call with a jack-9. 8-9 up against jack-9. The flop. Oh, look at this. John Juanda has flopped a straight.
King, queen, 10 with 2 spades.
And he has checked it.
Does Marchese make a continuation bet like he's been doing all day? There's your answer, yes. And he is not going to like it.
175. Juanda flop in the straight. There's the thing of beauty. You dig the hole. You put the leaves over it, Mike. You wait for the sucker to fall into it.
Juanda's just thinking, do I just call him here and let him lead again? Or do I just go ahead and raise here and hope he's got something like kings and 10s or an ace-king where he's going to stick it all in there?
He makes it 5:20 to go. Big cheese folds. So there you go. Just flop a straight, push cheese out, take down another pot.
You shouldn't show me a deuce.
Yeah, the big cheese looking discouraged here. His chips slipping away. John Juanda looking good as 3 players remain here at the WPT Super High Roller from Bellagio. Stay with us. We're coming back with more action from the World Poker Tour.
36 former Olympians in the O Show.
Well, Mike, it's incredible. You know, Scotty Wynn actually was one of those divers before he started playing poker, of course.
I don't think so, Vince.
Scotty with the gold chains, and oh, he was great back in
He'd
the
never
day.
get up from the bottom if he went down with the chains.
The felt we go, the big cheese, Tom Marchese, first to act, and he is going to raise, makes it 120 to go. Andrew out.
All these guys have been at multiple WPT final tables. It's John Juanda's 7th final table. He was at our first ever final table in season 1. Finished second to Gus Hansen there.
John's call with queen 3. The flop comes up king, king 9. No help to either player. John is going to check.
Well, here comes the continuation bet that Marchese makes 100% of the time.
70,000 with just ace high.
But look at this, the savvy veteran looks like he's getting out raising chips, Vince.
Come on, 70.
With just a queen 3 offsuit.
Well, perhaps. Inquiring how much? John Juanda.
Unbelievable.
Oh, he is going to raise.
What a play by Juanda.
Makes it 150, back into the big cheese's face.
Oh, you gotta love Marchese. He just feels like he's being had here.
Yeah, still got ace high. You think to yourself, wait a second, if Juanda really did have a king, is he going to re-raise at this point? Probably not. So maybe he's onto something. Maybe he's going to pop it. No! He's going to believe John Juanda, and Juanda's going to take that pot with a bluff.
I think the first checker is that I should have done something about.
Like what?
Like not folded.
Casey realizing his pocket was just picked there.
It was a tell when Juanda deliberately showed the camera he was bluffing. Beautiful. Run.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You're gonna see it later anyway. One of the time I had monster.
Yeah, I know. I think
I'm not gonna say which one.
But it wasn't the last time. I wanted to say that, John. He's a very crafty guy. All right, to the felt we go. Andrew Robl now with a king-queen. He's got the button. He's got a nice hand. And he's got a raise. 130 to go. John out.
Andrew Robl said he's never won a poker tournament. Desler wants to win one. We saw him finish second right here at Bellagio to Antonio Esfandiari. I can tell you one thing, folks. He plays in high-stakes cash games, the biggest in the world down in Macau, with Juanda.
Look at this. Casey has picked up ace, king of diamonds, and there's going to be a re-raise here. It makes it 310 to go. Now, Robl. This has piqued his interest. He's saying, wait a second, this guy's short-stacked.
Be careful here, because I can assure you, Marchese going nowhere here.
Oh, no.
He's going to set him all in.
Yep.
Well, Tom makes the snap call, and Robl is dominated. It's ace-king versus king-queen. A great opportunity for Marchese to double up and get right back in the thick of things.
And the big cheese is smelling good at this point.
Oh,
ace-king versus king-queen. You gotta love it. Doc Sands and his girlfriend.
Doc and Erica sweating on their man, Tom Marchese here.
We are flopping, and look at this flop. 3 5s.
So far, so good for Marchese.
5 on the turn.
For Robl to win this pot, he must catch a queen. Nothing else will do.
King.
A king would give him a split. He'd be happy to see that.
Here we go with 4th Street. It's not a king.
Well, there's a jack.
That's enough paint. No more paint.
He'll be happy to see the board pair jacks also. So any paint, and Robl can escape this pot. He wins with a queen. He ties if a jack or a king comes up.
a black card.
Oh, he would love this. Get the right card right here. Here's the river card. No, it's a deuce of clubs. And Thomas, the big cheese Marchese, will sweep that pot.
Well, Doc Sands in the house cheering his buddy on, the big cheese.
He's only 24 years old. He's from Parsippany, New Jersey. It's his 3rd attempt at a final table on the World Poker Tour. Right back in the action. Now John Juanda with an ace-6. He's got the button. He's got savvy, and he's got a raise. 140 to go. Tom Marchese going out, and now Robl. Got Jack 10.
And he's going to make the call.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Ace-6 versus Jack 10, and there's a pair of jacks for Robl, but there's 3 spades out there.
It sure is. The nut flush draw for Juanda. Robl out in front with 2 jacks at the moment.
And Robl has checked. Juanda with the continuation bet with the ace of spades, 185.
It's going to be interesting to see how Robl plays this hand.
Yeah, you got the jacks. No spade, though, but you're going to call. Juanda gulping there. Here's the turn card. 7, it pairs the board.
Robl has checked again. Well, Juanda checks his flush draw right behind him.
Will be a 10 of hearts.
Nice card for Robl there. Absolutely has to feel like he's got the best hand right now, unless Juanda was completely slow playing a monster.
He's getting that betting chips. 320 bets.
And he's saying any chance this guy could have a 5-6 in his hand or some kind of straight draw where my ace high would be the best hand. Could he have the king of spade?
Well, John Juanda is 40 years old. He's originally from Indonesia, and we've seen him over the years so many times on the WPT. Consistent, great player, and he's going to fold, makes the right move there.
He knows all he can beat is a bluff. He gives it up, and a good lay down by him.
Yeah, Andrew Robl taking that pot.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
There you can see John Juanda out in front with 6.2 million. Here we go.
All right, antes are 10,000, blinds are 40 and 80. Action going on the man we know as the Big Cheese, Tom Marchese, out of Parsippany, New Jersey, 24 years old. He's got queen 6.
Well, just a nothing hand, but he's on the button, and good players like to raise on the button, and he's doing it.
Yep, makes it 175 to go. Andrew Robl, the 25-year-old from Vermont, going away. John Juanda.
It's 180. How do I make it 175? Okay.
Well, Juanda going to defend in the big blind with just an 8-6 offsuit.
So queen 6 up against 8-6. Here we go.
Flop comes 5-4-3 with 2 spades. John checks his open-end straight draw, and Marchese with the same open-end straight draw, he's going to make a bet.
Yeah, Marchese is going to bet at 175. Juanda liking this action. He's not going anywhere. Makes the call.
The green card for Juanda is a 7. Give him the nuts and get Marchese broke, but a deuce comes off. Both players have a 6 high straight. But notice Juanda's got the 6 of spade. He's got a straight flush draw, so he is on the free roll, as we say.
Yep, got the straight and the spade draw. And he is going to bet at 250,000.
And he's going to bet it because he's hoping Marchese has an ace in his hand, which would give him a lower straight and a hand he might not be able to get away from.
So 3 spades out there, so it is danger time. Marchese will make this call. Both got the same hand at this point. Let's see if a spade comes up. Nope.
And the nondescript 9 of diamonds comes off.
John Juanda gonna make a bet. Got $500,000.
Yep. Pot's got 1.2 million in it. He bets 500,000. Action on Marchese now. Obviously, he knows that there's an outside chance that Juanda could have a flush here, where 6 high straight isn't any good, but certainly he's going to call this.
All in.
Whoa.
Forget about calling. He's moved all in. Unbelievable. Now, even though Juanda's got a 6 high straight, he's afraid his opponent's got a flush, and he throws the hand away. What a bet by Marchese there. Look at that. He showed the queen of diamonds. Now, in Juanda's mind, he knows he's been had.
Right there, Marchese showing the queen of diamonds, and the Big Cheese now in second chip position. John Juanda still in front with 5.1, but Big Cheese coming on. Beautifully done.
I can feel the steam coming off Juanda's head right now for throwing that hand away. Even though we know he would have split the pot, but he doesn't know it. He thinks he got robbed.
This hand, Marchese's already raised with a nothing 10-3 of diamonds. Andrew's gone out. John Juanda now with a real hand, ace-jack. And he's going to move it up to 510.
Says, pal, think you're going to bluff me the last pot and get away with it this time? I don't think so. Let me 3-bet you right here.
Big Cheese, though, has to be feeling good after that last hand, but might have got a little too sloppy with this one. Hasn't folded yet, though. Wait a second. He's not going to just call. He is going to raise with 10-3.
This is incredible. He just outplayed Juanda the last hand. Going to try to outplay him here. Only has a 10-3.
Big Cheese is looser than a schoolgirl after confession.
Well,
awful line.
He has 4-bet him here with a 10-3. And all of a sudden, you think you have a premium hand here with the ace-jack. And now you get 4-bet, and it just shrinks up into nothing. But Juanda going to make the call, wants to see a flop. So here we go. These two guys going to war. Now flop queen 7-7, no help to anybody. Juanda checks. Marchese has been relentless with his continuation bets. He's done it 100% of the time. He gets the last bet in before the flop. And he's doing it here.
He certainly is with absolutely nothing. Zip and pip 10-3. He is betting 550.
And the pot's got 1.9 million in it. So because of that prize, Juanda may continue to get involved, but the way the hand's played, it's hard to keep playing ace-jack, folks. And he lays it down, and in back-to-back pots, Tom Marchese has outplayed the old-school veteran, John Juanda.
Oh, man, the Big Cheese has great poker instincts. He's only 24 years old, but he's one of the best in the world.
He's scratching his head. What was I thinking, moving all in there?
Well, he's playing great. Tom Marchese, the Big Cheese, is the chip leader with 5.7 million. This time he's got king 6, and he's raised it to 175. Andrew Robl folding.
Well, certainly Marchese has been the most aggressive player at this table. No doubt about that.
Well, John Juanda has called with a 4-5 of spades. Here we go with the flop, and look at this. Juanda with a 4 flush and a pair. Juanda's check. Marchese's betting 225.
Well, you're going to see a check raise here. You got a pair and a flush draw. You're just putting all your dough in with it. You can't be drawing dead no matter what your opponent has.
Well, you're right. Makes it 725 to go.
Now, he knows the 2 6s would be good if he puts Juanda on a drawing hand, meaning a straight draw or a flush draw, and that's apparently what he's done because he's called the $500,000 raise.
He's going to get stubborn. He's sticking around. Here's the turn card. It's not a spade. Queen doesn't help either player. Andrew Robl has gone a little quiet, gets up from the table. John looks over.
Robl getting a little loving in here while these two guys are clashing. Well, Juanda is going to check. And look at this. Now, folks, Marchese is not betting here because he thinks he's bluffing. He's betting because he thinks he's got the best hand. He has put Juanda on a drawing hand, and if he doesn't have the queen of spade, he knows his 2 6s are the best hand.
Marchese's bet 700,000. Is it time for Juanda to come over the top? We will see. John Juanda once sold Bibles door to door before poker, and now he's trying to figure out this hand. He's making this call. He'd love to catch his flush. Down to the river we go. Did he catch the flush? No.
The board pairs queens. Juanda checks.
Sure.
Well, Marchese is going to check also and win the pot with 2 6s. Unbelievable. And Juanda is saying to himself, wow, look at this guy. He called my $500,000 raise on the flop, and then he bet $700,000 on the turn. How'd this guy know?
Oh, boy, Juanda's saying, who is this guy? Young punk.
I can tell you what he's saying. He's saying this kid plays above the rim. I got to go a little higher if I want to get a rebound off of him, that's for sure. Woo! We are seeing some poker.
Well, the Big Cheese is reading Juanda perfectly.
But I'm telling you, both those players fought for that pot. You just can't do it any better than that. He won the first 2 pots without having the best hand, and he won that one by getting a value bet in after he got raised 500,000 more and called him with middle pair, and then bet it on the turn.
I was there. All right, Tom Marchese this time gonna raise. Robl taking another break. Juanda's gotta be steaming with a 9-6 of hearts. Gonna make the call though. Tom Marchese, Big Cheese, way out in front now with close to 8.4 million in chips. Here's the flop, and look at this flop.
Now it's come ace, king, queen.
Juanda's flopped the flush, and he's gonna check.
Yeah, this is pretty much a cold deck here.
And Big Cheese has flopped a straight, and he's gonna bet 225.
Obviously, you're gonna bet with a straight here.
This is just Revenge time, perhaps, for John Juanda.
Well, it's going to be time for him to double up, Vince. Expect him to raise here. I expect Marchese to get the money in.
Well, he has raised it.
And you can't blame him if he does. He's just run into a cold deck, as we say.
Juanda has made it 7-10 to go.
The hand sort of plays itself.
There's the Royal Flush Girls Social Bar. And that's our buddy William Reynolds, the adventurer, the poker player.
Yeah, he's ones to watch this year on the World Poker Tour, but as you said, likes to climb mountains and do everything.
Yeah, interesting guy, and he's best buddies here with Big Cheese. And
All in. Call.
Big Cheese has gone all in, a quick call, of course, by John Juanda.
Well, Big Cheese can just start counting out how much Juanda has because he's doubled him up, drawing dead.
Unless something ridiculous happens.
Can come a royal flush.
John Juanda gonna double up here unless it comes Jack of Hearts, 10 of Hearts, then they would split the pot.
Yeah, let's do that.
And there's John Juanda's family. And William Reynolds sweating out Jack of Hearts.
And that's his sister, Vince. And when Juanda was young, playing out on the tour and made some money, he took that money and put his sister through college.
To the turn.
Yeah, that seemed right.
And a 9 of diamonds on the turn. That's going to wrap it up. John Juanda's going to take home this pot. 6 of clubs.
The money didn't go in on the flop. It was going in on the turn. Just a cooler, as we say in poker. You can't get away from either hand. Juanda doubling up there.
Yes, it is payback time for John Juanda, 40 years old. Going after his first title here. He could become a WPT champion, and that's going to get him closer to that goal. Right back on John. This time, he has an ace-7. The blinds are up to 50 and 100,000. John's going to make it 240 to go. Big Cheese going to take a little break.
Well, Robl, who's been sitting back watching these two guys clash for quite a while now, he's going to make the call with the Jack-8 of clubs.
Will it be John Juanda's night for the first time ever on the WPT to be a champion? This time he hits the flop, hits an ace. Andrew is checked. And John with the aces looks like he's getting out the continuation bet. Yeah, 395.
Now, Robl knows that he's going to bet no matter what he has. If he's got king, queen, if he's got 2 4s. You're fearful your opponent's got an ace, but you just can't give up every time the guy makes a continuation bet.
So you suggest a call?
No. I'm saying it's a tough decision with middle pair here.
All right, well, he's calling it.
And what makes it tough is you not only have to face this bet, the guy bets on the turn in the river. What do you do now with 2 8s? A 9 comes off. That's a good card for Juanda because he now has an open-end straight draw to go along with his top pair.
Robl has checked, and I'm surprised at this check. John Juanda checking there.
Oh, and an 8 comes off on the river. The joker for Robl right there. He's made 3 8s. He's going to win this pot.
Oh, wow, he's going to try to trap here, it appears. He's checked it. Trying to sucker Juanda into a bet.
I don't see Juanda betting here either. He's trying to figure out what could the guy have where he'd pay me off, and I don't see anything.
Oh, he's going to slow down.
And wisely so, as Robl shows him 3 8s. Juanda getting very unlucky on the river there, but saying to himself, I should have bet the turn.
Slow roll, shoulder jack.
So things are turning. Everybody's had a shot. Andrew Robl on the short stack, going to pick up that one, and he needed it.
I mean, I can't have just a jack, right? Like, I have to have Jack-8 or Ace-Jack or something.
Andrew Robl, the poker pro out of Burlington, Vermont, 25 years old. Gonna pick up that pot. Stay with us. We're coming back with more action from the WPT Super High Roller.
Tom Marchese, youngest player at the table, out in front with 6.6 million.
Well, the blinds are 50 and 100. Action to go to the Big Cheese, they call him. That's Tom Marchese, the 24-year-old. He's going to raise 200 with an ace-jack. Andrew Robl out.
Juanda going to defend in the big blind with the Jack-8.
Yes, he is. So ace-jack up against Jack-8. Here come the first 3. Queen 9-6. Helps neither player.
Juanda checks. Oh, and for the first time tonight, Tom Marchese has not made a continuation bet on the flop. So, folks, I stand corrected when I said he bets 100% of the time after he raises pre-flop. He didn't do it there.
Trying to mix up his game a little bit. 7 diamonds on the turn. John's going to check again. And now, with just ace high, Marchese not wanting any part of it. He checks behind him.
Now a jack comes off. Both players have made 2 jacks. Marchese has him out kicked, but Juanda, obviously with all the checking going on, thinks he's got the best hand with 2 jacks. And he's going to bet it, and I don't blame him.
He's going to donate $285. Big Cheese, quick call.
And Marchese going to win the pot with 2 jacks with an ace kicker. By not making the continuation bet, he made extra money on the river vents. And changing gears that time bode well for him.
Yep. Young man from Parsippany, New Jersey, Thomas Marchese, playing that well. But you got to mix up your game, as Doyle Brunson used to say. Change gears every once in a while, and that's what we just saw. Nicely done. This time, John Juanda first to play with the button. He's got a queen 9 of clubs. And he's getting out, raising chips.
You can't blame him for raising on the button here. Most players would do it.
230,000 to go into Tom.
Marchese, he just hates to give up a pot.
Tom's got king 5, and he's going to take a break.
He lets it go reluctantly.
And now Andrew Robl. This is Andrew's 17th WPT tournament. 6 cashes already.
Yeah, he's going to defend out of the big blind.
Plays in the biggest games in the world in Macau. And there's the flop. It's an ace, jack 8.
His highest finish previous to this was second to Antonio Esfandiari right here at Bellagio's 5 Diamond tournament.
Andrew hits jacks. They both check, though. Turn cards to 6 of clubs. Doesn't help either player. Andrew now gonna get out chips. Yep, he's gonna bet 300,000 into John, who has an inside straight draw. That's about it.
Well, he can only win the pot with a 10 as the cards lie.
But he is gonna speculate.
Well, he's gambling here. You wonder about that. Maybe he thinks he's gonna win the pot with a 9 or a queen as well as a 10.
River card, deuce of clubs helps neither player.
You might think Andrew Robl made a straight draw in the turn. Maybe he's got a 7-9 or a 5-7, but here's a case if I was Andrew, I would check on the river. In case my opponent had a draw in hand, I'd want him to bet on the river, where I could pick him off, but by leading out, you don't figure to make any money.
Well, he's going to bet 600,000. And John Juanda, who we saw play 10 years ago at our very first tournament in Bellagio, finished second to Gus Hansen, is back. It's good to see him back. And right now, he's been pushed around by these young pros.
I'm going to regret this one.
And he's going to push himself out of this hand. Wisely done. Andrew Robl taking the pot.
Not easy to push around John Juanda. The guy's got 5 World Series of Poker bracelets. He was the European World Series of Poker champion back in 2008. Won the best all-around player numerous times. He's got over 11 million in career earnings. Impressive. Now that's impressive too for Will the Thrill Fiala. He's out in front in the WPT Player of the Year standings. Can he hold him off with 1 event to go, the WPT World Championship?
Yeah, Will, the wannabe gangster from New York. He's a character, colorful. But let's go back to these 3. Thomas Marchese has folded. Andrew Robl now. Oh, he's got the weapons of mass destruction. How do you like that? And he's going to raise with him. Makes it 250 to go. John behind him's got a pair of 9s.
The small blind raises. You got 2 9s in the big blind. You're obviously going to re-raise.
750.
Oh, whoa. John's made it 750.
You're just not going to get away from this hand, I don't think. Just the dream scenario for Andrew Robl. The guy has 3 bet you here, and you're looking down at 2 aces.
Well, do you push now, or do you just call?
All in.
Well, there's your answer.
I think he's going to push.
He's going to push, and I don't see Juanda getting away from this hand, folks. I mean, your opponent has to have a giant pair for you not to have the best hand here.
Call.
You got to do it. He's calling, and he's going to hate it.
You make the same play with 2 7s or 2 8s or ace-queen. Unfortunately for Juanda, the guy's got the overpair, and Juanda's going to be out in 3rd place unless he gets some help here.
Yeah, John Juanda, 20 WPT cashes, his 7th time at the final table on the World Poker Tour. His back is up against the wall right now.
Insurance.
Well, it's really up against it because he can't make a flush to win the pot either. They both have the same suits in their pairs.
Well, John Juanda, he used to sell Bibles door to door. Now he needs a prayer, and that's for sure. Let's see if he gets it on the flop.
5 4 3 is the flop. Juanda needs a 9 to win the pot. If it comes 2 runners to make a straight, they would split the pot. If he doesn't get some help, the former track star will be running out of here in 3rd place.
No help there. It's a king of hearts on the turn. Andrew Robl 1 card away from pushing out the great John Juanda out of the WPT Super High Roller. There's Andrew's girlfriend sweating her man. River card coming up. Juanda, can you hit the 2 outer? Let's see.
Let's see the river.
Nope, it's a 3. So that's going to do it for John Juanda. 10 seasons ago at our first WPT ever final table, John Juanda finished 2nd. Here it is, 10 seasons later, finishing 3rd tonight. Going to take home $526,000 for his efforts. But tonight, the young guns schooled the old school guy.
John Juanda, always a pleasure to watch him play. He's going over to talk to Jess Wellman.
John, another deep run for you on the World Poker Tour. I know it's not a first place finish, but are you happy with the result?
It's a little disappointing, not because I finished 3rd, but I'm just not very happy with the way I played. I could have played better.
You're one of the big names in the game. You were here at the first event in season 1. You're here again in season 10. You know what it takes to succeed. Of these 2 guys, who do you think has what it takes to take down the title?
They're both very tough players, but you know, I've played with Andrew Robl a lot. You know, we play a lot in the cash game in Macau, and he's an awesome player and also a very good friend. So if I have to pick one guy, then yeah, I'll go with Andrew.
All right, thanks, John, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
Kimberly, over to you.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
As we start out the heads-up battle, these players are about dead even in chip count, about as close as you'll ever see when a heads-up battle starts.
Well, it's 75-150. Robl has raised with 7-3. Marchese with a pair of 5s. Will he pop it? No, elects just to call. Interesting.
Yeah, many players would re-raise with the small pair there. Flop, jack, 9, deuce, all diamonds. Both players have a flush draw. Andrews, of course, is higher, but Marchese right now with the best hand with 2 5s.
But he has checked it, and Robl is going to bet it $500,000.
Vince, here's a case where you call in this spot, and you really don't know what you want. You may have the best hand with 2 5s. If you catch a flush, it might be good, but your opponent might have a bigger flush. You don't know what you want.
Well, a king of hearts on the turn. Is that what you want? No, he checks, apparently. And Robl now going to check behind him. All right, they're playing nice. Down to the river we go. It's a 3. That gives Robl a pair of 3s.
Well, that's a good card for Marchese. He might not know it, but his opponent won't have to bluff at the pot at the river. He can check down 2 3s. That's exactly what's happened.
They both
and he's
check.
going to win with 2 5s. Amazingly, had that been a 4 instead of a 3, there's a chance Robl would have bet on the river because it would have been the only chance for him to win the pot, and he might have won it by betting. As it is, Marchese takes down the pot.
All right, now the action's on Andrew. This time he's got a pretty decent hand. King Jack.
He raises with the King Jack like everybody would do.
400,000. Marchese with just a King 4.
Vince, everybody wouldn't do this.
Huh.
Re-raise over $1 million with a King 4 offsuit. He just understands getting the last bet in before the flop and betting on the flop. It's just a powerful play in poker, and it really puts such pressure on your opponents that unless they hit a good flop, they just give up the pot to you.
And Andrew Robl is going to make the call.
In this case, both players have flopped 2 kings, so this time it could backfire on Marchese. He is out-kicked, as we say, and this pot could spell big trouble for him.
Yeah, and he's coming out to bet, hitting his kings with the worst kicker, 700 grand. Robl not going to repop, though, just going to call him along. Turn card.
3 of diamonds comes off.
No help from Marchese. Big Cheese is thinking to himself, what did he call me with? Do I have kicker problems? And Big Cheese slows down, checks.
Well, obviously he's hoping Robl's got 2 queens or a jack-10, some kind of straight draw.
And Robl, though, not going to waste an opportunity. He's putting chips out there, $1.2 million.
Well, you see Marchese getting up there. Says, what's going on here? If this guy's got this hand beat, wouldn't he re-raise me before the flop, or wouldn't he raise me on the flop?
Wow, he's going to get the action. Marchese has called. Big Cheese in a lot of trouble right now. River card.
Oh, and the ace comes off. Now, believe it or not, that might be the card to save Marchese money here. I guarantee you, Robl does not like that ace. Tom checks just in case his opponent had ace-10 or ace-jack or ace-queen. He now knows his two kings are no good.
Yeah, and Robl not going to go with the value bet. He checks as well.
I don't blame him. I'd have checked it down too, but Robl going to win this pot. Two kings with the jack kicker. And with that pot, that puts Robl well out in front now in this heads-up battle.
The 25-year-old out of Burlington, Vermont, the poker pro who plays around the world, taking down a good one.
Well, Vince, can you just sense the frustration setting in on Tom Marchese right now? He's starting to wear his emotions on his sleeves. He's pretty cool, but you can just see, it appears to me, frustration setting in.
Big Cheese is slowly melting away here, Mike. And the antes are 25,000. Blinds are going up to 100 and 200. Action going to Robl, and he's got a real hand. Pair of tens.
He keeps catching hands like this. He's going to be all right. I might call him the big rat that ate up the big cheese.
Makes it 400,000 to go. Marchese with just a 7-4 diamonds.
All in.
Whoa. He's taking a shot, maybe at the wrong time.
Oh, dear.
And a quick call by Andrew.
Well, not the time to move all in here.
Oh, I got the unders.
And Andrew Robl on the verge of taking down his first tournament ever.
I like my side, to be honest.
Diamonds are lucky.
Which is hard to believe, as much money as he's won playing poker, that the guy's never won a poker tournament. Right now, in great shape to do just that. If the 2-10 stand up, Robl will be our champion.
7-4 diamonds, man. Diamonds are forever.
William Reynolds, the adventurer, Big Cheese's friend, roots him on.
He's going to need a lot of help here, Vince. He is really in bad shape.
Well, the flop comes up ace, queen, 6.
I'm sure you're rooting for a sweat, too.
Red 5.
That's fair.
Tom Marchese must catch 2 runners to make a straight or 2 runners in a combination of a 7 and a 4. Otherwise, it's tapioca pudding for him.
Yeah, the Big Cheese getting
Oh, dear.
sliced and diced right here.
Guess I could have waited for a slightly better hand.
Here comes the turn.
Well, the 3 comes off, so he's still alive.
There's a little hope.
He can catch a 5 on the river and make a straight and win this pot.
It's always a sweat in poker, right? It's always a sweat. There are outs.
Well, as long as it's not the 5 of spade, of course, because that would give Robl a flush. You know, Andrew Robl's thinking it's never easy. Why couldn't I close him out on the turn?
If this 5 comes up, it'll be another Bellagio miracle. Here we go to the river. Will he hit the 5?
Let's see a river card.
He did it! Oh! Unbelievable! He hit the 2 runners to make the straight. Tom Marchese lives on. Well, Andrew Robl can't swallow a BB right now.
Whoa.
Hey!
Recount!
Settle down.
What a week! Unbelievable! That's
Wow.
crazy. That's crazy, Mike.
Unbelievable is right. No question about it. Lady luck shining on Tom Marchese that hand, that's for sure.
Unbelievable.
He stays alive.
It ain't easy being cheesy. It ain't easy being cheesy. You gotta work hard for that. See all that money on the table? Those are cheesy bucks. Cheesy bucks, no one else's bucks.
This is going to continue. Stay with us. The heads-up battle will not go away. We're coming back in just a moment on the World Poker Tour.
Back in the game. Back in the game.
Players that started this final table, Tom Marchese, Andrew Robl, and as you can see, they're about dead even in chip count right now.
The antes are 25,000 blinds, 125 and 250. Here we go. Robl with a queen 10 of hearts has raised, makes it 500,000 to go. But Tom, Big Cheese, has ace jack of diamonds.
That's a big hand playing heads-up poker. Marchese knows it, and he's going to re-raise.
Yep, going to 1.2 million.
But Robl going to fight for the pot. He makes the call, so we're going to see a flop here. The flop comes Jack 7 deuce, all spades. Nice flop for Marchese, and then he's got top pair with top kicker.
Yep, and he's coming out with the bet. 1.2. Andrew, nothing hitting there for him.
He's got no hand, no draw, yet he is reaching for chips to try to win this pot
Oh, you're right. He's going to try to bluff it. He has re-raised. He makes it 2.5 million.
All in.
Oh, wow. Right back in your face, Andrew.
He's going all in because he had ace-jack, but had he had ace-king, ace-queen, ace-10, he'd have mucked that hand. Well, that's the first pot that we've seen Robl make a move with no hand in that spot, and it cost him. He got burned, Vince. He better go back to his tactics of just waiting on a hand before he starts putting in a lot of chips.
He was burnt like the fried chalupa at Taco Bell.
Well, you got to admire the play, though. A lot of hands his opponent would have thrown away right there.
All in.
Andrew Robl now says all in with just 10-8.
How much is it?
Tom's got a pretty good queen 10. Andrew has just passed the pain threshold. He says if this guy has to take runner to beat me, I'm also just pushing now with nothing hands. And now, big decision for Big Cheese.
He knows he could gamble here. He'll still have the chip lead if he plays the pot and loses it, but still, do you want to give your opponent another 2.4 million with just a queen 10?
Well, he will be a hero if he should make this call and his hand hold up.
I call.
Oh, he's going to love himself.
Wow.
He's called. And now he's in a great position to take this title.
What a call by Tom Marchese right there. Has his opponent dominated. It's queen 10 versus 10-8, but Vince, I promise you, not a lot of players would have made that call of an all-in bet with queen 10.
No.
In this situation.
Like he could see right through the cards, boy. What a nice call.
Well, Robl got very unlucky a little while back. Perhaps he'll get lucky here to stay alive.
Finish him, Cheese.
He got the suck out of a lifetime. That is Tom Big Cheese Marchese, and now he's on the verge of taking down this title. Can Andrew get revenge with an 8? Can he do it?
He's flopped flip 8.
Oh my gosh.
It's come 8-8-7. And right there,
Unreal.
you see some poker justice, folks. No doubt about it.
Happy days for the Robls. He stays cool.
Well, one more time. Marchese has to hit 2 runners to win the pot. Doesn't happen here.
No, it does not.
No, that's going to do it. Robl going to double up here. No card. Marchese can catch to win the pot.
No rhyme or reason out here tonight.
You think a guy's supposed to be rewarded for making a call like that.
Yeah.
Instead, he's punished.
He is punished.
This is great. This is awesome.
Andrew Robl's girlfriend there, trying to cheer him on, and why not?
Just as long as he wins.
He knows there's a lot of big malls in Las Vegas he can do some nice shopping in if he wins this tournament.
That's how dirty this game can be. The deck can take you and roll you.
Nice comeback for Andrew.
And even after losing that pot, you see Marchese still out in front, 8 million to 5.6 million.
This is an incredible seesaw battle of heads-up competition at Bellagio.
So we've seen the poker guys bless both of these guys so far when they've had all their money in as a big dog.
And Robl this time moves it up, raises, makes it a $500,000 with ace-4. Right behind him, the Big Cheese has got a real hand, a mid-pair, pair of 8s. Then he's going to re-raise, going to 1.2 million.
See what Robl does here, but you might think it's the kind of hand a guy can get away from here. You still have over 5 million left if he throws it away now, but
All in.
Wow.
oh, he's gone all in.
Voice cracking, goes all in, and a quick call by Big Cheese.
I don't like this all in bet by Robl. Even if his opponent's got queen jack or king queen, he's only $1.50 underdog. There's virtually no hand he can beat.
Let's try the same flop. 8-8-7.
And the ones he can beat, he's still not much of a favorite in. So, not fond of this play, but let's see if it works out for Robl.
You just got to think it doesn't make sense. He's pushed a little too hard, and right now he's on the verge of losing. Here's the flop.
And 8 right on the flop. Marchese has hit 3 8s. And now Andrew Robl must catch 2 runners to win this. He must catch a deuce and a 3 to make a straight. Obviously, a 6-7 would give him a straight also.
6-7.
He needs to hit 2 runners. Nothing else will do. Must make a straight to win.
We can't have 2 beats like that.
Well, we saw Marchese do it earlier.
Yeah, we did, but
Can Robl do it? A jack comes off. Tom Marchese has done it, Vince. He is our champion.
The Big Cheese is the winner here at Bellagio. The $100,000 Super High Roller. Congratulations, Big Cheese.
You got to feel good for Tom, but you got to feel very sad for Andrew Robl, who was so close to winning this tournament.
That is the heartbreak of all heartbreaks for Andrew Robl, who played impeccably. And he's going over to talk to Jess Wellman.
Andrew, you took one of the roughest beats we've seen in a while. Vince Van Patten said it's the worst he's seen on the tour in years, but you handled it like a pro, and you couldn't really see on your face what was going on in your mind. What went through your head during that hand?
When the hand's all in, I try not to think about it if there's still play left afterwards, just so I'm emotionally ready to play the next hand regardless of what happens. So there was still, a lot of chips left, a lot of play left after that, so I just moved on to the next hand.
All right, now we go to Mike Sexton with our new Super High Roller champion, Tom Marchese.
Okay, well, the winner of the WPT Super High Roller at Bellagio, Tom Marchese. Kimberly, back to you.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Las Vegas, it's the most prestigious event of the year as the World Poker Tour caps its historic 10th season at the WPT World Championship. This is the big one, and it starts now only on the World Poker Tour.
The Andes will start at 5,000, blinds 30 and 60.
Now there you see the chip counts. Mad Marvin Rettenmaier well out in front with 6.7 million in chips. The grinder sitting in second place. There's the prize money. The winner tonight going to take home about 1.2 million. And if you noticed, there's about $1 million difference between the guy that wins this tournament and the guy that goes out in sixth place. So big money on the line here.
All right, action has started. A quick fold by Nick Schulman and Trevor Pope. And now it's around to the businessman, Philippe Ktorza from Paris, France. They call him the Hammer. He's 49 years old, and he has raised with ace-9.
Lone amateur at the table going to try to fight it out against these top pros.
Michael the Grinder out. And now it's on to the German, Marvin Rettenmaier. He's dressed for a snowstorm with a little happy scarf. And he's going to fold his hand. Now it's on Steve O'Dwyer, poker pro out of Ireland. He goes away.
Well, there you go. Philippe Ktorza taking down pot number one. He's got quite a rooting section here. They're all decked out in his own T-shirts. They have come to support their man, the French, here in force.
Gosh, he's only been playing for 3 years. Just amazing. He takes our first pot tonight. Action on the grinder. Quick fold by him. Now the German, Rettenmaier, looks at a queen 10. He is the chip leader. He's only 25 years old. And look at this. He is going to raise.
Yeah, when you have as big a chip lead as he does, you're going to raise and put pressure on with these kind of hands for sure.
At 125. Steve O'Dwyer out. Nick Schulman, WPT champion, has a pair of sixes.
Now, this is one player at the table that Mad Marvin will not be able to intimidate. And there you see Nick Schulman moving all in over the top.
All you can eat, as they used to say back in the old world of poker. Pope out, the businessman.
Just has a king-8 offsuit, certainly not going to call.
He will not. Back on the German. He also folds.
So Nick Schulman, terrific player. There's his rail. Some of the best pool players in the world sitting right there, I might add, including WPT champion John Hennigan. Nick Schulman, amazing pool player himself, but phenomenal poker player.
He folds his hand now. Trevor Pope from Wisconsin, 25 years old. And now in the background, you see his friend who's dressed up like a pope.
Around at the Royal Flush Girls Social Bar, a man dressed as a pope, rooting Trevor Pope on here tonight.
And he's going to raise with a queen 10, makes it 135 to go. Philippe's out, and now it's around to the Grinder from Florida. Used to be the hottest player on the circuit, of course. He's got the family, he's got the wife here, he's got 6-4 of hearts.
Grinder loves these kind of hands.
Loves it.
That's why people love the Grinder. to play these kind of hands and any other 2 cards for them.
All right, he is called now the German chip leader with a 6-5 of spades. He elects to fold the Irishman. Steve out. So two-way action, Mike, between the Pope and the grinder. Here's the flop.
Now flop comes king 4-3. Continuation bet coming up here, as you can see.
By Trevor Pope. Yep. The Pope has bet 125. The grinder picked up a piece of that. He's going to make the call.
The grinder has second pair here. He's got the 2 4s.
All right, to the turn we go.
An ace comes off. Obviously no help to either player, but Trevor Pope was going to try to represent that he might have an ace in his hand here. He is going to bet yet again. This is a very good bet by Trevor Pope here.
230,000. He's only been playing for a few years, and he's putting the heat on the grinder.
Well, the grinder was hoping he had ace, queen, ace, jack, something like that, where his 4s were the best hand. But when the guy bets again on the turn, he's got to let it go. Just a very good bet by Trevor Pope there.
Started here at Bellagio. 6 players remain, and the German Marvin Rettenmaier is out in front with 6.6 million. Everybody else has okay chips. The blinds are 30 and 60. Action on Trevor Pope.
You had fold 6s. You had fold 6s on the turn.
The young pro quickly folds his hand.
Over to the amateur Frenchman, Philippe Ktorza. He goes out.
And of course the grinder has the Dolly Parton hand. 9-5 goes away.
Here's Mad Marvin Rettenmaier on the button here with the 7-3 offsuit, but I suppose he has a dominating chip lead. He's just going to continue to exert pressure on these guys, and that's what he's doing here, raising it up to 125,000 with this junk hand.
Steve O'Dwyer out, but Nick Schulman now in the big blind. He's got a king 8.
It's not much of a hand, but he knows Mad Marvin's going to raise with about any 2 cards on the button in this situation. O'Dwyer playing very tight, figures to get him out, but Nick Schulman is not the kind of guy you can push around at the poker table.
And he has made the call.
He is going to defend, as we say. So we're going to see a flop.
Heads up for the flop.
Between the German and the American former WPT champion.
Well, the flop comes up 8-4-3. Nick has hit 8s.
3, 2 hearts.
And Marvin has hit the 3s.
Well, it's top pair versus bottom pair. Nick checks the top pair. Mad Marvin checking as well.
5 of diamonds on the turn. No help to either player.
Just makes straights possibilities now.
Nick out in front. And it's on Nick Schulman, and he's getting chips out.
He's got top pair, second kicker. He's going to bet it. It's like 175,000.
Marvin now with the inside straight draw and a pair is going to stick around and call. So down to the river we go.
And an ace comes off, and it's the ace of hearts. And that's not the card Nick was looking for, because an ace beats him, a deuce beats him. Obviously, a flush would beat him. What do you do now with 2 8s?
Well, that's a scary card there for Nick Schulman. He looks back at his hand, something Mike Sexton hates to see. You do hate that, don't you, Mike?
I don't like it. But I'm not going to criticize the Nick Schulman.
It just depends who does it. All right, he's going to check. And Marvin also has to be fearful. They both sort of give up on their hands. Nick's going to show the 8s.
Nick Schulman takes his pot.
And he's going to take down the pot. So Nick Schulman, terrific pool player, great poker player, taking down that pot.
Yeah, Mad Marvin saying, why didn't I just bet that? The guy was scared. There's a perfect card. Why didn't I take a little gamble? Shucks.
Because he knows this guy is very capable of paying him off. That's why.
All right, back to the action. Now it's on the Irishman, Steve O'Dwyer. He's got a king, jack.
You could get a couple of kids up here.
Steve's a poker pro, 30 years old, and it looks like he's getting out raising chips. Yes, he is, Mike.
Actually, the son of a military man. Graduated from East Carolina and went over to Ireland and moved to Dublin. Play online poker.
What did you start the day with?
2 million.
Now look at this. Nick is out, but Trevor the Pope, a player that's only been playing a few years, has a pair of 10s.
Come on.
Just not fooling around with them, moving all in with the 2 10s.
The Parisian goes out. So does Grinder, the German now. Marvin Rettenmaier looking at a queen 7. He won't play that. Back on the Irishman. Steve O'Dwyer won't play. The Pope is going to forgive his opponents. He says, I don't mind you folding. I needed the cash. Rake it in.
Trevor Pope's fans are all wearing the sunglasses. He's actually got a Pope costume look-alike man sitting over there with the Royal Flush Girls.
Yeah.
It's not really a Pope outfit. I think it's a Cardinal outfit.
Close
Doesn't
enough.
the Pope wear white?
What do we know? We've been in poker games too long. All right, back to this hand. Nick Schulman, one of the finest young players in the world today from New York, looks down at a queen 10. He's raised, makes it 125 to go. The Pope out. The businessman out. The Grinder not going to play.
And the Mad Marvin.
He's got a big hand. Ace queen. Marvin Rettenmaier, 25 years old. He's been traveling the poker circuit for a couple years. And he's not going to pop it, just calling. Now Steve O'Dwyer.
From the small blind.
He folds. So we've got ace queen up against Nick Schulman's queen 10. Wow, Schulman picking up the 10s just like that.
Nice flop for Nick Schulman.
Action on Marvin. A quick check by him. Back to Nick. What a place to be, because it looks like a continuation automatic bet, but when you pick up 10s with a nice queen kicker, it's a great disguise. He bets 160.
Look at this. Mad Marvin.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Looking to get fancy here with a raise. Makes it 425. Just suspecting Schulman made a continuation bet with nothing, but we know more.
I think Nick is going to stand for that since he's flop top pair here.
Wow.
And he's just going to come right over the top for it all. This guy's got plenty of heart. Don't worry about that. Moves in. Marvin moves out. Nick Schulman taking down that pot.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Congratulations to Doc Sands for beating out all the rest of the ones to watch in Season 10.
All right, back to the action. A couple folds around to Nick Schulman. And he also won't play this hand into Trevor Pope from Wisconsin, 25 years old, now living in Vegas. He folds. And now the businessman from France with a so-called tight image, and so far he has played pretty tight.
This guy has lived on the short stack. When we were on the money bubble with 19 players left, the guy just had 5 big blinds left, yet he managed to survive and get all the way down to this final table. Incredible.
He's got ace-jack this time. He's going to make it 130 to go. Now the Grinder squeezes a 10-3 of diamonds. Mike Mizrachi, two-time WPT champion. What is he up to here?
Well, certainly he's one of the most creative players in poker, and that's a polite way of saying he likes to play a lot of pots and put a lot of pressure on his opponents. And there you see him re-raising here with just a 10-3.
He is making a move. Back on Philippe, and he says, I don't care.
Oh, he says, Tappy.
I spit on your raise.
He's all in. He's obviously seen some tape of the Grinder.
$1 million?
Total discomfort of the Grinder.
Well, Grinder just posturing here now. 0 chance he's calling another 900,000 here with this hand.
He's saying back in the day this used to work.
Even amateurs outplay me now. What is going on here?
Oh, boy. Game's getting tough, and he's got to fold the hand. Philippe is going to take it, the hammer.
Philippe's railbird's going crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, and here it comes, Vince. And there it is. Boom goes the hammer.
Oh, this is great. Stay with us. We're coming back with more action from Bellagio in just a moment. And right now, you see the German Marvin Rettenmaier is the chip leader, but Nick Schulman, a WPT champion, is now in second chip position. He's got an ace-8 this time. He elects to fold. Trevor Pope now. Also folding. Now, businessman Philippe Ktorza from Paris peeks at a king-queen. He is going to raise, makes it 130 to go.
Open the pot to 130,000.
Over to the grinder. You can see he reluctantly folds.
Yep, and now Marvin Rettenmaier with a nothing hand, also folding.
Down to Steve O'Dwyer. Steve graduated from East Carolina, moved to Dublin, gained citizenship there. He's done very well over there playing poker. He finished second at a non-televised WPT event in Venice earlier this year. The guy's on a roll.
He's going to call with king-9, so king-queen up against king-9. The flop comes up ace-5-4, no help to either player. Action on Steve.
And he checks.
And Philippe, he's only been playing poker for 3 years. Just incredible. And he's played impeccably so far tonight. He's going to make the bet, continuation bet, 240 it looks like.
Nice bet by the Frenchman. He's going to take down this pot. So the lone businessman doing very well, and his fans, the hammer. I love those fans of his.
This is a great group of people, I tell you. And they got the T-shirts matching saying short stack master.
Well, he has proven that to be the case this week. Seemingly every day he ends the day on the short stack. On the money bubble, he only had 5 big blinds left, yet here he is at the final table, fighting it out for this title.
All right, 3 quick folds around to Nick Schulman. He's got the button. He's got a 9-10 of clubs. Suited connector. Used to be the youngest player that ever won a WPT event at 21 years old. Now
one at Foxwoods.
He elects to fold. With position, now Trevor Pope with an ace-8. In the small blind, he's saying, can I steal this businessman's money right now with the raise? Not just going to call. He is going to raise. Makes it 145. Interestingly enough, Philippe with a decent hand as well. Ace-7. Sometimes you just feel like the guy's trying to steal your money.
We saw Philippe 4-bet the grinder all in a minute ago with ace-jack.
Look at this. Back over the top by Philippe with an ace-7. He's made it 325. The hammer. Putting it down. And now the Pope looking at him.
Yep, staring him down. Tough decision here when you have an ace-8 offsuit here.
I think he's just saying to himself, how do I get a tan like that?
You know, against a pro player, good chance Trevor Pope might play this hand, but against an amateur player, if they re-raise, you give them credit for a strong hand. You may just lay it down, Vince, not get involved.
He's going to fold it.
What a play by the Frenchman. He is not intimidated by these pros at this table, and boom goes the hammer again.
Antes have gone up to 10,000 blinds, a 40 and 80. Here we go. Action on Marvin. And Marvin, still the chip leader, is going to fold. Steve O'Dwyer also out.
Over to the tough pro, Nick Schulman, going for his second WPT title tonight.
He won't play that. Now it's into Trevor Pope. Trevor with the button and an ace-3. He's looking over. Whoa, he's going to push all in. Philippe now with 1. Oh, no. I'll take that back. 2 jacks.
He's gone all in also.
Over the top, like he should. Grinder out. Oh, and the Pope is saying, forgive me. I have sinned.
Well, he said I have to draw out to win. He's right about that.
I have pushed with ace-high.
And unfortunate for him, the grinder folded an ace. So his outs are limited, as you can see by the percentages there. Philippe about a 3-to-1 favorite to win this pot and eliminate the Pope.
Can he knock the Pope man out?
Oh, boy. Well, we got the Pope over there sweating and praying.
Just boom right in the flop.
We got the hammer people. Know their man's out in front with the 2 jacks.
Ace-2-9.
Everybody on their feet.
Here's the flop.
Here it comes.
Well, the flop comes up, queen, 5, deuce. An inside straight draw there for Trevor Pope.
He needs an ace or a 4.
Just 4 at a turn.
Could also hit 2 running clubs to win the pot, but looking for an ace or a 4. Philippe's jack's out in front.
Oh, boy.
It is not over, though. It's the jack of clubs. So Philippe has 3 jacks. Trevor Pope needs to catch a 4 or a club. That's not the queen of clubs.
Oh, man. The Pope has a prayer. Down to the river we go.
Well, Philippe can't even look. He's just pacing around nervously. The there it is. He pumps his fist. The hammer comes down. It's high fives all around for the Frenchman as he eliminates Trevor Pope from his tournament.
Well, the Pope says, holy cow, I'm out of here by a businessman. Oh, and the hammer songs start to go.
Oh, they're rocking and rolling at Bellagio tonight as the Frenchman eliminates Trevor Pope.
Just like that, the Pope has to go to heaven. He's out in 6th place, gonna pick up 155,000, and sadly, he's going over to talk to Jess Wellman.
Trevor, a 6th place finish may not be exactly what you were hoping for today, but are you proud of yourself for making your first final table at the biggest one of the season?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any complaints. This is obviously a good finish. Final table's final table. I don't expect to be the last one I make, but you know, sometimes things go in your favor, sometimes they don't. It's one of those things that didn't, and I can only look forward to the future.
Exactly, and you can look forward to what I'm sure is going to be a lot of fun tonight with this guy going out to celebrate with you. You got great friends and a great result, so congratulations
Thank
for
you.
that.
I appreciate it.
Kimberly, over to you.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
There you see our chip leader, Marvin Rettenmaier, with 6.3 million in chips. Nick Schulman in 2nd place. That's what they're playing for. The winner tonight taking home about 1.2 million and getting his name engraved on the coveted WPT Champions Cup.
All right, Andy's at 10,000, blinds are 40 and 80,000. Let's go to the grinder. A quick fold by him. And now the chip leader from Germany, Marvin Rettenmaier, has a pair of deuces. And he's getting out raising chips. He's got that scarf like he's watched too many holiday movies. And he's gonna raise. Makes it 165,000 to go. But look at the Steve behind him with a pair of aces.
Owen.
The Irishman goes all in with the weapons of mass destruction.
Well, Steve O'Dwyer, tough pro, ran really good the last year or so. Graduated from East Carolina, now lives in Dublin, Ireland. Got Irish citizenship, tearing up the European circuit. Right now he's got 2 aces and is hoping somebody comes in the pot.
No one so far. Marvin thinking this out. He's got deuces. Usually you don't want to call off with a little pair.
He doesn't want to give another 855,000 to this tough player, Steve O'Dwyer.
Oh, that's right. Steve O'Dwyer gonna win the pot for the Irishman. Oh, he got a little Lucky Charms there. He rakes in the chips.
Quite an international table we've got here tonight. A Frenchman, a German. O'Dwyer now living in Dublin, Ireland.
Right now it's on the Parisian Philippe Ktorza.
Yeah, he's the lone amateur at this table fighting it out against 4 really tough pro players.
Well, Ktorza has folded, and now the grinder with the pair of deuces. Gonna raise to 200,000 to go. Into Mad Marvin. He has a nothing hand, 8-3. Ejects that. And now Steve O'Dwyer also folding.
Did you start the hand with mine?
Now it's on Nick Schulman, and look at this. He's got a mid-pair, pair of 7s.
Nick Schulman, phenomenal poker player. A good all-around player, plays all games extremely well, and has been very successful in the highest stakes cash games.
Won a WPT event when he was 21 years old.
He was the youngest player ever at that time to win one.
And he's just gonna call this, Mike. Wow, a deuce just like that, 3 of a kind for the grinder.
King, a deuce, a dream flop for the grinder. Schulman gonna check here.
Oh, it's so great when you have a little pair and you flop a set.
And the grinder reaching for chips.
Yep, he's gonna stick out a bet of 120,000.
Well, Nick's got to figure out now, does he really have a hand, or is he just making the normal continuation bet here with something like ace-10, ace-jack?
Nick's got the mid pair, but the grinder with a set.
Well, mid pair is the toughest hand to play in no limit hold'em.
Well,
and here's the reason why. What do you do now?
Gonna donate a little bit. Going to the turn, jack of hearts. No help for Nick. Nick will check again. The grinder now 31 years old. A big opportunity here. Do you chase him away with a bet?
410.
Well, he bets 410, and Nick runs away. Smartly done. The grinder.
Going for his third WPT title tonight. That would time with Carlos Mortensen and Gus Hansen as the winningest player in WPT history. Feel for the game, and his success over the last 5-6 years has been incredible.
Well, look at this. Picking up a pair of tens right now. Makes it 200,000. Look, oh, Marvin's got a big hand here. Ace, king of diamonds.
Well, it's a premium hand, no doubt about it, especially against a player like the grinder, who could have anything.
Marvin with big slick. Gonna pop it up. Goes to 485. Now look at this. The Irishman has an ace king as well. Not suited, of course.
Well, Dwyer's on the short stack here. We just want to go ahead and make a stand. Whoa. And he's moving all in here.
Yes, he is going to push it with the ace king. And look at this, the grinder. He's going back over the top with the tens.
He's going all in also.
Yeah.
And now Mad Marvin, what's he going to do?
He has a big decision now.
Well, just incredible. The action in this pot, certainly a key moment in this tournament.
Now it's on Marvin. Ace, king of diamonds. Two guys back over the top, all in, all in.
Well, obviously, as both players well covered,
For
good gamble here and win a monster pot.
Tie this.
Well, they call him Mad Marvin.
For 9.
Will he play insanely here? It appears like he will. He is making the call. So Steve O'Dwyer, the American that went to Ireland, he needs a little luck right here. Otherwise, he'll be out of this tournament.
He needs a lot of luck. To win this pot, he's going to have to make a flush to win it. Very unlikely. And it's a dream scenario for the grinder, as both opponents have the same hand, an ace-king. And because of that, the grinder about a 60% favorite to win this pot.
Oh, I can see diamonds everywhere. Oh my God.
Everybody on their feet here. What a moment this is in the Season 10 WPT World Championship. And here comes the flop. It's come Jack, 9-3. So far, so good for the grinder.
Yeah, pretty safe for Michael Mizrachi, the grinder. His 10's out in front right now.
Well, there's his two brothers over there sweating him in.
Let's see the turn.
Here comes the turn card, 4 spades.
The grinder has to dodge one more card, the river card, an ace or a king. If he does so, he just said quick, becomes our chip leader.
Well, the grinder could knock out the Irishman. His hand holds up. There's the river card.
It's a deuce. The grinder has done it. He has won a monster pot here. Steve O'Dwyer is eliminated in 5th place. We're down to 4 players. And the grinder, going for his 3rd WPT title, is in great shape to do it, Vince.
Just incredible. Well, right now we have to say goodbye to Steve O'Dwyer. Played pretty tight, found an opportunity, didn't work out. He's going to take home 192,000 here at the WPT World Championship, and he's going over to talk to Jess Wellman.
Steve, that was a pretty crazy 3-way all-in. Grinder calls. When Marvin starts to think, what's going through your head?
Don't have ace-king. Don't have any aces or kings. You know, that's about it.
Rough to lose to a coin flip, but you have had an amazing 9-10 months of poker.
Yeah.
What's been going on with your game? Are you changing something, doing something differently?
I don't think so. Just running pretty good. Not as well as I would have liked to have run today, but, you know.
I was going to say, if recent performance is any indication, you're going to be back at a final table in no time.
Hopefully this summer I'll make a few.
Yeah. All right. Congratulations, Steve.
Action's going to Marvin Rettenmaier from Germany.
And Marvin now sitting in 2nd chip position.
And he's going to fold the hand. Nick Schulman.
Nick Schulman, highly respected pro player. His ultra-high stakes cash games lays his hand down as well. So
and now the Parisian, Mike.
The battle of the blinds.
Philippe with a Jack-5.
It's not much of a hand, really.
No, do you give this up? No, he's not going to give it up.
No, he's going to fight for the pot.
225 to go into the grinder. Who doesn't have much? He's got a 9-7.
The grinder has the chip lead. That's one thing he's got, but he's also a defender, as we say. Stealing his big blinds is not easy, and he makes the calls.
So Jack-5 up against 9-7. Here we go.
Yeah, flop comes 10-8-3. So an open and straight for the grinder. Philippe out in front with a Jack-high, but not much of a hand.
Nope, but looks like he's getting chips out for the continuation bet, like every solid player should do, especially in that sort of uneventful kind of flop. So he's going to bet. It looks like 260. Grinder has position on Philippe.
2 million.
Got a big drawing hand, and he's going to pop it up to 2 million.
Well, 2 million, he says.
Ouch. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy, the Frenchman's got to feel like he just crashed in the Tour de France right there. Can't take the heat. Gets out of the way, and the grinder picking up that pot.
Yes, lesson to be learned. You do not try to steal the blind off the grinder or something like that.
The grinder one step closer to becoming the third player in history to win 3 WPT titles. He would join the likes of Carlos Mortensen and Gus Hansen, 2 foreign players, I might add, who have already done that.
And that was Mrs. Grinder in the front row, enjoying the moment, and action's going right back on Philippe, who's going to say to himself, don't get out of line again. This time he's going to quickly fold a 10-5. Now Michael the Grinder, who is the chip leader at this point, peeks down at a 3 deuce of hearts. He's got the button, he's got momentum.
Grinder likes to play so many hands when he's at the table. And here's one that most guys just might muck automatically, but the grinder just going to raise it up here with a little 3 deuce.
He's got guts because he's got talent. You do that with nothing hands, play a lot of hands. Mad Marvin going away. Now Nick Schulman, who has an ace-3.
Now this is not the kind of hand that you're fond of when a guy raises in front of you. But Nick is playing the player. He's not necessarily playing the hand here. He knows the grinder can raise with any 2 cards. And here comes the flop. Ace, Queen, 7 with 2 clubs. Nick Schulman out in front with the 2 aces, and he checks.
Will the grinder make the automatic continuation bet? Just hoping against hope that your opponent didn't hit. Yes.
Well, he has to win the pot because he has the worst possible hand right now.
225 into Schulman.
And Nick gonna make the call here with the top pair.
Little gentle okie-dokie call. You hate that when you're betting with nothing, as the grinder just did. 6 of spades right there on the turn. Nick Schulman out in front with the aces.
But it's a weak ace, as we say.
Gonna check it again. Now the grinder.
Will he fire another shell at this pot? Well, he's the grinder. Of course he's gonna fire again.
The Floridian from Miami, tough player. He's saying maybe Nick has second pair. I can chase him away, but no. Bet of 460,000 into Schulman.
I bet sometimes you get going downhill and you just can't slow down. That's the case with the grinder here, but Nick's got a tough decision. And look at this. He is moving all in with this weak ace hand.
And he's saying, I'm from New York. Forget about it. It's all going in.
Well, grinder was hoping he had something like 2 queens and would get away from the hand.
Grinder has to fold his hands.
You can show the ace-4 hearts. All right. You're in the ballpark. No sense of lying, right?
That is a great read by the grinder because Nick had an ace-3 there. What good poker there by Nick Schulman.
Michael the Grinder Mizrachi on a big comeback here tonight on the WPT. He's our chip leader with over 5 million. Let's go to the felt. Our former chip leader from Germany, Marvin Rettenmaier, is first to play. He's got a pair of 5s.
And Marvin came to this final table with a huge chip lead.
Let's see what Mad Marvin does.
He's now sitting in second place, but he's going to raise it up here with the speed limit hand, the 2-5s.
It's 205,000 to go. Schulman and the Frenchman Philippe go away. And now it's around to the grinder, who has an interesting looking ace-3 of diamonds.
He's got the same hand Nick Schulman just beat him with, an ace-3, and he's made the call. And he's flopped 2 diamonds. It's come 9-8-7 with 2 diamonds. The nut flush draw for the grinder. Sure, his plan is to check raise all in right here.
The grinder's going to check into the German, who also checks behind him, but then catches the straight as a 6 of heart appears.
What a check by Mad Marvin right there. Had he bet that grinder would have come over the top of the nut flush draw.
Mizrachi coming out with the bet of 300,000 with the flush draw.
Now, Mad Marvin knows that the grinder has to have a 10 in his hand for him to be beat right now.
But he has called it.
And now the board pairs 9, so another scare card for Mad Marvin. And that now a full house is possible, as well as a 10 high straight.
Mizrachi going to check down. Nothing appeared for him.
Mad Marvin figures his straight is the best hand right now after the grinder checked. So he's going to make a wager.
Yep. Wants a little value, perhaps 365,000. And the grinder with absolutely nothing at this point. Hand just didn't materialize, but wow, he's getting chips out. He has raised this.
1 million.
He makes it $1 million. Oh.
Unbelievable. And what pressure on Mad Marvin right now. Yes, he's got a straight, but his opponent has check raised him on the river when there's a pair out there and a bigger straight possibility. And Mad Marvin trying to figure it out. He said, would the guy really raise me back here if he just had a 10 in his hand? I don't know. Meaning to Mad Marvin, the guy's going to have a full house or he's just bluffing. You've got to decide which one of those things it is. He is going to make the call with the 9 straight. And folks, let me tell you, this is a very tough call to make. What a call by Mad Marvin. And he is going to win this pot and regain the chip lead.
That is excellent poker by the Madman as the German flag gets waved at Bellagio. 4 players remain. Mad Marvin out in front as the chip leader when we continue here on the World Poker Tour.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
All right, as 4 players remain, the German Mad Marvin out in front with 6.7 million in chips. And the Frenchman Philippe Ktorza is now the short stack at the table. First action goes to Marvin as he quickly folds. And Nick Schulman picking up a pair of 5s.
He's now got the speed limit hand. He's going to raise it. 215,000 to go.
Philippe going out. Michael the grinder, this time with an ace-8.
Now, the grinder likes to see flops. We know that, so he makes the call. And we're going to have a flop.
And the flop comes up queen 8-5. Look at this, a set for Nick Schulman, just like that, 3 5s.
Grinder's got middle pair with top kicker and checks.
Schulman flopping a set. Happy days are here again. He's going to bet him, not going to play it sneaky. Come right out with a bet of 240,000.
You can see the anguish look on the grinder's face. Hard to throw down middle pair with top kicker when the guy would make a continuation bet most all the time. So the grinder does make the call.
Yeah, investing deeper into trouble. Jack of clubs on the turn. 3 clubs out there now.
And now the grinder looks like he's going to lead out here. Make what we call a blocking bet here.
Yep, 350,000.
Possible flush, possible straight out there. Nick does have 3 5s, obviously going to make the call here, but does slow him down, as you can see.
All right, going to the last card. It's a 9 of diamonds. More trouble there, potentially. You know, grinder did not hit.
No, grinder just got 2 8s. He knows once he's called on the turn, he's beat. The 2 8s are no good.
And he has checked it, and Schulman now.
Schulman just afraid his opponent could have a straight or a flush and have him beat. Didn't think he could get paid off otherwise, and he's probably right about that. Going to take down the pot, though, with the 3 5s.
Yep. Nick Schulman, 27 years old. spends a lot of time in New York, LA, Las Vegas. He's a business owner. And there you see the Royal Flush Girls Social Bar.
You know, there are two of the best poker players in the world sitting there, too. Eugene Ketcheloff, WPT champion, and Vanessa Selbst, who many say is the best woman player in the world, and I say she's one of the top players in the world, man or woman, Vanessa Selbst.
Yeah, she is tough. Okay, Andes are going up to 20,000 blind, 60 and 120. And there's a raise by Nick Schulman with ace-10, and now it's on the Frenchman, Philippe, who picks up 2 queens. And he's going all in with them like he should.
Well, he has gone all in with him.
Grinder looks down at an ace-deuce, gets out of their way, as does Marvin. Back on Nick Schulman. Now, you got to think to yourself, wait a second. The Frenchman is tighter than Rosie O'Donnell's dried-up wetsuit. Should I call with his ace-10?
Well, I think you get away from this hand, Vince. You'd only be in a race if the guy had 2 9s or 2 8s. In the other hand, this guy is going to have you beat. This is not the kind of guy going to raise with king, queen, or king, jack.
No, he has only shown superior cards tonight when he plays. But it is tempting. Get rid of the Frenchman if he should get lucky.
Hammer time? It's hammer time?
Nick wants the Frenchman to talk.
It's hammer time. I don't know.
I don't know. He's got the ladies, the queens.
Oh, Nick Schulman makes that call for another 1.3 million. I'm surprised. He's shaking his head now. I shouldn't have called that. He normally doesn't make those kind of mistakes, but it might not be a mistake. He could end up busting the Frenchman. Let's see what happens.
The Hammer Rail Birds loving this moment.
The Hammer looking to put a bonk in the back of the head of the WPT champion, Nick Schulman.
Pair of queens up against ace-10. Here we go. Oh! 4 queens for the Frenchman.
Even Nick Schulman smiling at that. 4 of a kind on the flop. Nick Schulman drawing completely dead and made an ace-high straight, Vince. Nick made the ace-high straight. Ran into quad queens. And it's high fives for the Frenchman.
Philippe Ktorza going to double up with 4 queens as he gets the kisses and the spoils. And here comes the Hammer.
There is the Hammer.
Oh, the Frenchman's been quiet up to that hand, but he is back in a big way. We're coming back in just a moment here on the WPT.
There you see Mad Marvin Rettenmaier well out in front with 7.4 million. The other players all have between 2.2 and 2.8 million.
All right, four-handed poker continues, and it's on the man from Paris, France, Philippe Ktorza. He's got king, queen.
Yep, he's the lone amateur at the table fighting these 3 tough pros, and I mean tough with a capital T.
He makes it 260 into the grinder. Who's going to fold it? Now Mad Marvin with Jack 5 also going away. Nick Schulman now going to pick up a pair of 9s.
And he's got the mid-pair hand, but he also recognizes he's up against the tightest player at the table. He just got burned a minute ago, remember, with the ace-10, which I felt was a mistake for him to put another 1.3 million in that pot against this guy. So it's got to be on his mind, but not too much. He's moving all in here.
Yeah, he's got to put the pressure on Philippe, a non-professional who's only been playing poker for 3 years, but he's played really well so far, and he gets away from this hand.
Yeah, Philippe goes out, so the pool player straight in right there with the all-in bet to take it down. There you see Scott Seaver in the house watching this final table. He won this tournament 1 year ago. Scott, highly educated, well-respected poker player. Only wishes he was back here defending his title at this final table.
All right, the play goes to Marvin. This time, horrible hand of Jack 3, but he doesn't care. He's going to make it 250 to go. Schulman out.
And Philippe out, but the grinder, he's what we call a defender. He doesn't like to give up his big blind. Here he's got King Jack. Makes the call.
Yep, he likes his hand.
Going to see a flop here. He's flopped the ace-high straight draw as it comes ace-queen 9.
Neither player has a pair. Grinder going to check.
And Marvin going to make a continuation bet here, looks like. Indeed he is.
Yeah, he is going to make a bet of 230,000.
And the grinder makes the call here.
Turn card 7 of hearts helps neither player. Grinder will check again. And Mad Marvin checking as well. 7 on the river, pairs the board. Neither player has a pair.
Grinder has the best hand, as you can see.
250.
And he's going to bet. I'm not sure if he's betting for value, for a blocking bet, to try to get his opponent off like 2 3s or 2 4s, for example. Well, whatever it is, he takes down the pot.
Yeah.
Supposed to bet the turn.
It works out for Michael Mizrachi as Marvin smiles and puts up the white flag.
Well, Vince, unlike some people think, top players do have a sense of humor at times.
Oh, they do. Great characters here on the World Poker Tour. And as you can see right now, the chip leader from Germany, Marvin Rettenmaier, out in front with 6.7 million in chips. To Philippe, he quickly folds a Jack-10 of spades. Kind of surprising.
And the Grinder got the 2 snowmen, the 2 8s. And obviously, he is going to play this hand.
Yep, he's going to make it 250,000 into Mad Marvin, who is going to peek down at a pair of 5s.
Better be a little careful here.
He's been raised already.
I'm all in.
Wow.
Yeah. Throw caution to the wind. He's moved all in with the 2 5s. Nick Schulman going out. Back to the Grinder, and what a decision he has. Now, the Grinder is a gambler, folks. He likes to gamble for big pots. This is his shot where he could take the chip lead. If he played this hand and wins it,
90% sure of the best hand.
and you can see he wants to play it.
Play that 2 out.
He's looking around to stack sizes. Money jumps substantially from here, from 4th to 3rd to 2nd to 1st. Normally, Grinder thinks about nothing but the win, but tough decision for the Grinder here.
Well, it is. Pretty solid pair of 8s. This would be a great call.
Well, there's 2 brothers staring intently. The Grinder knows his tournament life on the line. If he calls and loses this pot, he'd be out of here in 4th place.
Can Mad Marvin get away with this?
I know your exact hand, too.
He's got the Grinder talking to himself.
He's gambling.
He desperately wants to win his 3rd WPT title and would have a great shot to do it if he could make this call, Vince.
Checking out everyone's chip stack, exactly where he is.
Go for it all.
Do you go for it all, Grinder?
Usually he does. That's why he's won all his titles, because he's not afraid to gamble, take shots, and play big pots.
I'm not giving a show on. It's embarrassing.
Boy, he is going to make the wrong fold.
Wow.
Very big pair.
And Mad Marvin, happy to hear he said he laid down a big pair.
Yeah, Mad Marvin gets away with it. Did not show the little pair. He didn't rub the salt in the wound. Actually goes to Mad Marvin, who looks down at a Jack-10 of clubs.
Yes, I was at a special poker tournament in London at the Playboy Club. And this guy was playing the guitar, serenaded the Playboy bunnies. It was fantastic.
That is nice. All right, he likes his hand, makes it 250 to go. Nick out. And now the Frenchman Philippe also going out. It's up to the Grinder, who has a pair of 6s. And he's just going to call it. So 6s for the Grinder. And Marvin, Jack-10 of clubs. And the flop comes up Queen 7-3. 4 flush from Mad Marvin.
Not only a 4 flush, the kind of hand that you're just not afraid to get your chips in there with.
The Grinder with the 6s is going to bet 225,000.
Yeah, he leads right out and bets into the pre-flop raiser, something you don't see often. And Marvin just calling with the flush draw. That also a little surprising. You'd think he might raise with that hand. Now a 9 comes off. And this gives Mad Marvin an open-end straight draw and a flush draw.
Yeah, a lot of possibilities, but the Grinder still with the 6s. Looks like he's going to stick out another bet. Yes.
And lead out yet again.
420.
Well, Mad Marvin's got the perfect semi-bluff hand, as we say. Open-end straight draw and a flush draw. Meaning you raise here in this spot, and you don't care if you get called or not normally.
I'm all in.
And he's done it. He's put the pressure on the Grinder right here for all his dough with the flush draw and the straight draw.
And this is a disaster for the Grinder. You got 6s. You don't even have a club. The guy comes back over the top. That is brutal. And he is squirming in his seat right now. What to do?
Well, we saw Grinder lay down 2 8s a minute ago when he had the best hand against this guy. Just by looking at him, you just get the feeling he thinks he might have the best hand here with the 2 6s. And he does.
He does, but what pressure he's getting put on him. He can't take that heat, and the grinder has to fold the 6s. There is Mad Marvin's girlfriend, Leanne, waving the flag, rooting her man on.
And Mad Marvin just continuing to increase his chip lead.
Yeah, he is plunging ahead, well out in front now. Starting to live up to his Madman title. All right, back to the action. At the WPT World Championship, a couple folds, and now it's on Mad Marvin, who has another mid-pair, pair of 8s.
Yeah, this is the battle of the blinds here. Mad Marvin in the small blind, got the big chip lead, so he's going to raise it.
Yes, he does. He makes it 280 to go. Nick Schulman, though, with an ace-5.
Well, he knows the big chip lead can be raising with any 2 cards here. He's picked up an ace-high. And even though he's in second chip position, he is going with it. He's moved all in here.
Yep.
And a snap call by Mad Marvin, and Nick Schulman knows he's in trouble. Just that quickly, the guy going for a second WPT title tonight, Nick Schulman, could be out of here in 4th place. So if the 2 snowmen hold up for Mad Marvin, he'll be a substantial chip leader with 3 players left. Nick Schulman needs help to stay alive.
Nick getting up from the table. Mad Marvin smiling, enjoying this moment. He would love to knock out this WPT champion, Nick Schulman. Here's the flop. King Jack deuce. This is good for Mad Marvin. His 8 still out in front.
You know, people at home may be wondering why Nick moved all in there, but he's going to win that 80–90% of the time by moving all in over the top.
Well, Nick picks up a 5 there, pairs the 5s on the turn.
Most of the time, Mad Marvin not going to have anywhere near a good hand as 2 8s, but right now must catch an ace or a 5 to win, or he's out of here in 4th place.
Yes, he needs to suck out right here. Can Nick do it?
The pool player on the verge of scratching on the 8 ball.
Here we go, Mike.
It's a 3. So Nick Schulman not going to get his second WPT title tonight. Goes out in 4th place. Back to New York with a 4th place finish.
Yeah, he's a great player. Going to take home $256,000. Loves to gamble, but he will not be our WPT champ this year. Right now, he's going over to talk to Jess Wellman.
Nick, the turning point for you at this final table seemed to be that hand with Philippe Ktorza. What made you decide to go with the ace-10 there?
I just thought he was maybe a little card dead, getting a little desperate. I thought I might have him dominated, but, you know, in retrospect, maybe I never do. It's probably a bad call. I don't know.
Other than that, were you happy with how you played tonight?
Yeah, I think I played pretty well this last hand. He's opening almost every hand in that spot. You know, I could have called. I mean, it's just sometimes it doesn't go your way. I'm all right with it.
Exactly. We've seen you plenty of times before. It was great seeing you back again tonight. Congratulations.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Nick.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Well, there you see the massive chip lead of Mad Marvin Rettenmaier from Germany, 11.5 million in chips. The other 2 guys don't have 2 million. Winner tonight getting 1.2 million.
All right, Andy's 25,000, blind 75 and 150. Here we go. Michael the Grinder Mizrachi first to play.
The Grinder going for his 3rd WPT title tonight. That would time with Carlos Mortensen and Gus Hansen as the winningest players ever on the World Poker Tour. In the meantime, we've got an all-in bet here.
Mad Marvin is just going to push with just 10 high. He's going to look at a king 10 of spades. And he's going to make the call.
Wow, he's made the snap call here with king 10. Now, Mad Marvin surprised that a guy that everybody says plays so tight would put all his chips in there with king 10. Marvin obviously been playing very aggressive, and the Frenchman just not going to be pushed around by Mad Marvin or the Grinder.
Philippe has made a solid call with king 10 of spades. Let's see if he can outflop the chip leader. Yes, it's a 6-6-4. That's good for Philippe.
The king eye still good. Mad Marvin gonna have to catch a 9 or 2 runners to make a straight or a flush.
Big turn card coming up. It's a queen of spades. Also good for the Frenchman, Philippe.
So Mad Marvin must catch a 9 to win the pot. Nothing else will do.
The river. Oh, it's gonna hurt so bad.
Down to the river. Can Mad Marvin suck out? No, a 4 spades on the river. Philippe Ktorza, the amateur player, only been playing poker for 3 years, gonna take down this pot and double up.
The Hammer's real loving it right now. His nickname is the Hammer, and they put the hammer down every time he wins a pot.
Oh, they are one happy bunch. Oh, there's the hammer, Mike.
Whoa.
Gives me goosebumps.
Love that hammer. We're shocked that the amateur would make such a snap call with a king 10 for all his dough.
All right, Philippe has a pair of 8s.
And he's up against 2 very tough pros here. For him to win this title, he's gonna have to play well and catch well.
There's a 350 to go. Mizrachi out. Mad Marvin. Let's squeeze the cards with him. Ooh, pair of 5s.
Marvin better be careful here. He's gone all in.
Cool. And a quick call by Philippe.
And a snap call by Philippe, and he has his opponent dominated. This will be an extreme hit for Mad Marvin here. If he loses this pot, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
The Frenchman who started out in 6th place will be the chip leader if he wins this pot.
Lucky Philippe. Can he stay lucky with the flop? Here we go.
Well, king 9-7, 2 spades. Mad Marvin needs a 5.
Marvin looking sick right now.
Well, the board pairs kings. We are down to the river. And if Mad Marvin doesn't catch a 5, the amateur businessman from France will be the chip leader.
Can Philippe do it? Yes, he does.
There you go. Incredible. Time and time again, the Frenchman has gone all in. He has won the pot, but Vince, he's had the best hand every time he's moved all in. Every time.
Oh, boy, Mad Marvin feeling the pain.
Well, Vince, the guy spewed off a whole lot of chips right there.
Oh, Mike, it's happening again. There it is. Oh, yes. So wonderful how they do that hammer thing.
Well, Vince, the crowd's stunned right now, as they should be. The amateur from France who came into this final table in last place by a long margin is now the chip leader with 3 players left fighting it out for this title. And in 10 seasons on the World Poker Tour, only 3 other players have come from 6th place to 1st place to win a tournament, but we've never had an amateur win this tournament.
Philippe, 49 years old. Big upset in the making right now. Action going to the grinder, though.
I'm all in.
Well, looks down to 3s and goes all in.
He's on the distant short stack here. Can't blame him for going all in here.
Man's got ace-10.
I call.
And he's going to make this call. Philippe gets out of their way. So another all-in and another call. Ace-10 for Marvin.
This one I care about.
Up against the pair of 3s for the grinder.
Well, the grinder's got to win this race, or he'll be out in 3rd place.
Madman's so excited his pants are falling down.
Not much has gone right for these guys at this final table here. At least lately anyway, but something's going to go right for one of them right here. Here comes the flop. Ace and a 10 right on the flop. It's come ace, queen 10, all spades. The grinder does have the 3 of spade. If a spade comes up, the grinder makes a flush.
No, I haven't.
And we'll take the
Everybody
lead.
was so happy.
The grinder looking for a 3 or a spade.
To the turn we go. Let's take a look.
A 10, it's over. A full house for Mad Marvin. That's going to do it for 2-time WPT champion Michael the Grinder Mizrachi. Going to be out in 3rd place.
Always a pleasure to watch the grinder back in great form. He played very heroically tonight. Going to take home $424,000. The grinder grinded out of Bellagio. Over to talk to Jess Wellman.
Michael, it seemed like things just weren't going your way there at the end. Was it tough having Marvin on your left this table?
Well, I knew coming in I was in a horrible seat. So yeah, I thought I did my best what I could do with my chip stack. And if I win the flip there, you never know.
Well, now it's no third title, but we hadn't seen you in a few years, and it was great to see you back at the WPT table. Were you happy to make it back?
Well, yeah, I'm glad to be back, but I just haven't played many tournaments, and I just take a lot of breaks. And you know, I'll start playing as many as I can now, and hopefully I'll have a great season 11.
All right, thanks, Michael.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Mad Marvin looking for his first big-time poker tournament title. He could do it if he can win this heads-up battle. But the lone amateur who came into the final table in 6th chip position with a great shot to take the title as well.
All right, to the play we go. Philippe, he's got king, queen. He's raised to 300,000. And Marvin has called. Here's the flop.
Jack 8-3 all clubs. As you can see, Mad Marvin has a flush draw and a gut shot straight draw.
They both check. And then the 10 on the turn hits Mad Marvin. Pair of 10s.
His opponent now has an open-ended straight draw, as you can see.
And Philippe has checked. Marvin gonna bet with the 10s. 275.
Now remember, Philippe raised before the flop. He checked on the flop and the turn, and now he's gonna raise it here, Vince.
Very sneaky. Makes it 775.
When a guy checks a couple times and then raises you just think he's got a monster hand, but Marvin has made the call because he has a flush draw and a straight draw and a pair of 10s.
River card is a 5 of spade, no flush. Philippe has nothing but king high. Does he have the heart to bet this?
The continued bluff goes on here by the Frenchman.
Weaker players would check on the river. They wouldn't continue the larceny, but the Frenchman's doing it with a bet of 875. Can he push Madman out?
That's Mad Marvin's girlfriend over there. I wonder if she'll scream out, "Call him, call him."
This would be the call of the night.
One of the calls of the year, I can tell you. It's just not something you would expect out of an amateur player in the first hand of the heads-up battle here.
Mad Marvin saying, does this guy have the gall to bet without a hand? And he's going out. Look at this. Philippe is going to show it.
The Frenchman showed him the bluff.
He's put the salt in the water, stirring it up, throwing it into that deep wound of Mad Marvin. And that's going to sting. There you see Joe Sirach. He's the WPT Player of the Year, Season 10 at the Royal Flush Girls Social Bar. And there's also Faraz Jaka in his Liberace outfit, looking good.
Faraz, the Season 8 WPT Player of the Year. So big-time players sweating out this final table.
Philippe now with almost twice as much in chips. That's the way it's going right now. Back to the table.
Wow, a bluff on deal number 1 of this heads-up battle.
I love that the Frenchman showed it to him, shaking the Madman up. This time, Mad Marvin has an 8-7, and he's raising it to 300,000. And Philippe is going to look down at, oh my goodness, the pair of queens. He's got the ladies, and look at this. He's going to play it sneaky, just calling. Here's the flop.
Oh, and it may work out very well for him, as his opponent has flopped top pair, and he's got an overpair.
Yep, they both check here. Turned card at a 9 of clubs. So now it's on Philippe to act first. He's got that big overpair. Tried to trap earlier, but now he's got a bet. Looks like 475.
I am in shock that Mad Marvin did not bet that flop with the top pair. Now he's got an open-end straight draw to go with this pair. But it's like he just smells a rat in the kitchen here.
This, he's just gonna call. Not gonna get fancy with it. He respects Philippe. Down to the river we go, and look at this. Oh, man.
Queen on the river. This gives Philippe 3 queens. Now, yes, there's a possible straight out there, but Philippe will be going nowhere. Except to the center of the pot with his chips here.
Oh, boy. That's 1.3 million. And now Mad Marvin has got to figure this out. Can he lay down this hand? No, he doesn't. He calls it, and he's going to pay for it.
And he's made the call here.
Look at the look.
Quad Doms, he said. 3 queens. Give me the money. Just incredible run this guy's having here at this final table.
Oh, here come the Philippe guys with the hammer.
Well, Vince, he shows you that you don't have to be a top pro to win out here in the World Poker Tour or to even compete with these pros. He has done it all night long. Playing well, catching well. And I don't care if you're pro or amateur, that's a tough combination to beat.
Mike, he's only been playing poker for 3 years, but he's playing high level. And now the blinds are going up to 125, 250. Action on Philippe Ktorza.
Picks up another pretty good hand here.
Queen jack of clubs. He's getting out, raising chips, makes it 550 to go. And Mad Marvin has got to be tilting off a little bit. And this time he's got an ace-4 of diamonds.
I'm all in.
He's lost half his chips at this heads-up battle. He's putting the other half in right here.
I am surprised at this call.
Call by the Frenchman here. Mad Marvin has the best hand, and again, he's saying, wow, this guy called over 3 million with queen high. Could the upset be complete after this hand? It will be if Philippe can help his hand.
Philippe, a little bit of a dog, but going for the kill here. He wants the WPT World Championship. He sees it's a possibility, but he's still behind at this point.
Well, if Mad Marvin wins this pot, we'll be virtually dead even in chip count in this heads-up battle. If the Frenchman wins, he'll be our champion.
Will the hammer get lucky on the flop? Let's take a peek. Now,
an ace right on the flop, but also a queen. You saw Philippe get so excited when he saw the queen. And then got de-excited when he saw the ace.
Yeah, Mad Marvin hitting his aces on the flop.
Mad Marvin just standing on the sideline, holding his breath. The eight of diamonds comes up. That means the jack of diamonds will not help Philippe, as it will give Mad Marvin a flush. He must catch a queen or a jack that's not a diamond if he's going to win the tournament right here, right now.
Mad Marvin with a big shot to double up. Here we go.
It's the diamond. Mad Marvin makes the flush to double up. And folks, don't go anywhere. We're about dead even in chip count now.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Sitting on 7.2 million.
Action going to Mad Marvin as he looks down at an 8-3 of diamonds. And he will raise it up, makes it a $500,000 to go. Philippe with a queen 7.
Got the computer hand, the queen 7 offsuit.
Philippe is going to stick around, makes this call.
It's known as the computer hand because with 2 random cards, it's 50-50. Whether you'll pick up a 2-card hand, that'll beat that.
Look at this flop, 8-7-3. That's 2 pair for Mad Marvin.
And middle pair for Philippe, so great opportunity for Mad Marvin to extract some chips from his opponent.
Philippe has checked, and Marvin's going to bet 425. Philippe with just 7s is, whoa, uh-oh. Careful there. He's going to toast his croissant here with a raise.
Well, Mad Marvin hopes so. You flop 2 pair with an 8 high, no flush draw possible out there. You got to love having 2 pair here.
Philippe has misstepped here so far, at least. He's making it 1.2 million. Now, you got 2 pair. If you're Mad Marvin, you just okie dokie called, you pop it.
Nope, he's going to raise it, Vince.
Wow.
Another million.
This is the time to say goodnight. I believe if you're the Frenchman, get out of trouble right now. You took your stab.
He's not giving it up yet, Vince.
I
don't know why.
Whoa, whoa.
He has gone all in here. And Mad Marvin has called him, and he's way out in front with 2 pair.
Double pair, j'ai perdu 7.
Perhaps the first bobble by the Frenchman tonight, Vince, and it could cost him this tournament. We shall see.
Une dame, allez, une dame.
Well, a 9 comes off.
Not good for Philippe.
Philippe must catch a queen or a 7. Nothing else will do.
Allez, toi.
Mad Marvin holding his breath.
If Philippe should get lucky and hit a queen or a 7, this tournament would be over.
It's a deuce. There you go. Mad Marvin has won the biggest pot of this tournament. No question about it. He doesn't have all the chips, but he's about got them all, Vince. Mad Marvin Rettenmaier is on the verge of becoming the season 10 WPT World Champion.
Oh, man, that is absolutely crippling there for Philippe Ktorza.
Yeah, the French crowd's quiet there. I know the man made a bobble, that's for sure. Well, it tugs all around, but it's not over yet. So don't celebrate prematurely. We learned that lesson before on the World Poker Tour.
Mad Marvin going over to his girlfriend, getting a big kiss. Hopefully the lucky kiss to possibly end this. As you can see, Philippe now circling the drain, almost out of here with just about 825,000 left. And it's on him now. He's just got a Jack 5, and he's going to push it all in. Marvin with a 5 deuces spades. He's going to call this, Mike.
Well, I know he's got a lot of chips. I know it's only another 550,000 to him. And if he wins it, he'll be our champion, but I'm not fond of this play. I mean, you've got a massive chip lead. Why give your opponent 550,000 more and let him double up here?
It's not a good flop there for Mad Marvin as a king 9-8 appears. So Philippe out in front with a chance of doubling up. And a 9 of spades on the turn.
8. Means if an 8 comes off, they would split this pot. Mad Marvin needs a deuce to win it. A 5 would give him a split as well. But it's a jack, so the Frenchman's going to double up here. Well, Mad Marvin's still well out in front, but still you have to wonder. I know it was only 550,000. I know you're champion if you win it. But can't you wait for a slightly better spot than a 5 deuce to call the guy?
All right, Mad Marvin with the opportunity of a lifetime. He has gone all in this time with Jack 5. Call. And Philippe with an ace-9 has made a call, and it's a good one.
Mad Marvin getting a little reckless, in my opinion, here. Called the all-in bet a minute ago with a 5 deuce. Now he's moved all in with a Jack 5 offsuit. The Jack 5's the hand he just lost to a moment ago when Philippe doubled up. Now can he take him out with it? That's the question.
The hammer has hope. Oh, boy.
There you see Philippe's good buddy, Guillaume Darcourt, a WPT champion himself.
Well, the flop comes up ace, 8-7. That's aces for Philippe. The Frenchman loving that flop as a 5 on the turn. That gives Mad Marvin a pair of 5s.
And Marvin needs to catch a jack or a 5 to win this pot, though.
If you don't win this, get rid of the hat. Here we go.
And a deuce comes off. So Philippe doubles up yet again. And Vince, right about now, Mad Marvin's starting to get slightly concerned.
Well, the hat goes off. Realizes that was the kiss of death. All right now the heads-up battle continues. Marvin, the madman, Rettenmaier with 11.9 million. Philippe Ktorza, 3.3. Action on Philippe. He looks down at a queen jack of clubs. And there's a raise with that quality hand. Makes it 625. Marvin with an ace-4 spades, Mike.
Well, just a moment ago, Mad Marvin Rettenmaier had a 17-1 chip lead over his opponent. That has now shrunk down to a 3.5-1 chip lead.
Mad Marvin has doubled this guy up a couple times, but this time going all in. He gets the call he wants. Mad Marvin, a favorite to take down the title right now.
Mad Marvin out in front. He knows if his ace-high stands up, he'll be the season 10 WPT World Champion and get his name engraved on the WPT Champions Cup.
Two guys desperate for this title. WPT World Championship all on the line right now. Ace-4 up against Queen Jack. Here come the first 3. And the flop is a jack for Philippe. He's hit a pair of jacks.
Well, the French go crazy as their man takes the lead here.
There's 4 spades there for Marvin, though.
Mad Marvin has a flush draw. Needs a spade or an ace.
6 of hearts on the turn, pairs the board. So Philippe out in front.
Now Mad Marvin looking for a spade or an ace.
Can the madman do it? He took the hat off. Will it be lucky for him?
The 5 of clubs comes off. It's hammer time again, Bets. Philippe back up to 6.6 million. Incredible. And it looks like the hammer's coming back, Vince. They're singing again, and we're going to see the chop. Are we? I say yes. Here it is. Get ready.
They're not going to disappoint.
Whoa. Oh, my goodness.
Ah.
Well, serious concern now in the fan club of Mad Marvin Rettenmaier. Players are terrific poker players, no doubt about it, but whether you're pro or amateur, you got to get lucky and win races to win tournaments, period.
All right, back to the action. Heads-up battle continues. Marvin with 8 million, Philippe with 7, and Philippe with a Jack-7 is raised. Makes it 650,000 to go. Marvin with just a Jack-8 here.
Going to make the call, so we're going to see a flop here.
Jack-8 versus Jack-7. Here we go. Flop comes up Ace-5-3, 2 hearts.
Well, no help to either player.
No. And Marvin has checked. Philippe not hitting anything right there, but he knows what to do. That's right, you bet it. 625.
Yeah, most players would just jettison this Jack-8 without thought, but not Mad Marvin.
Well, how deeply do you want to get involved here?
Well, he is picking up raising chips.
Wow.
He's not going to call with the hand. You're going to raise or you're going to throw it away.
Does he sense something about the Frenchman?
Well, this is just a good read on the Frenchman here.
Oh,
if he raises
yes.
here. And indeed he is.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the Frenchman quickly throws his hand away, but what a play by Mad Marvin Rettenmaier there.
Yeah. Perhaps Philippe gave away some type of tell. We don't know, but Mad Marvin taking a chance there, and it makes it work. And there's Matt Waxman.
WPT champion who won an event in France, incidentally, but he's not rooting for the Frenchman as he's got a UMAD hat on, rooting for Mad Marvin Rettenmaier.
Action right back on Mad Marvin. This time picks up a big ace jack of clubs. He's got to like that. He's got to like his momentum. And he's smelling the kill. He has raised to 800,000. Let's take a look at Philippe's cards. He's got a pair of 8s. This could be shove time. Yes, he's going to shove all in a quick call.
So here we go. Vince, it seems only fitting that it comes down to a race. All this playing, 7 days, and it could come down to the classic race, the 2 overcards versus the under pair.
Come on, let's do it.
Mad Marvin out in front in terms of chip count, so if he wins this pot, he'll be our champion. If Philippe wins it, he'll be the new big chip leader. Everybody on their feet, holding their breath. And there comes the flop. Well, it's 10-7-5, the 2-8 still out in front.
Yeah, no good for Mad Marvin. Looking disappointed there. So he's going to need some luck here on the turn. It's a king of spades. Philippe's still out in front.
That means a queen will now make a straight for Mad Marvin. So he's looking for an ace, a queen, or a jack.
And Mad Marvin would become our champion. Here we go.
Nope, a 7 comes off. Heartbreak for Mad Marvin as he loses this pot. And once again, the Frenchman has a big chip lead.
The hammer just won't go away. Just incredible, the comeback he's had. Playing really nice right now.
Well, Vince, we're witnessing an incredible heads-up battle in Season 10.
Now we got more to come. Stay with us.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
For 3 years, he's got 11 million. Mad Marvin down to 4 million. Here we go, Mad Marvin. Oh, he's got a pair of 10s. Wired up. This could be revenge time.
Lines are now 2 and 400,000, remember.
Marvin makes it 800,000. Philippe gonna have 1 ace and a 4, but he's gonna push all in and he gets a quick call.
Yeah, but the snap call by Mad Marvin So the men raise work to perfection for Mad Marvin, at least so far. He entices his opponent to move in. Now, will the 10 stand up? Now, there you see Guillaume Darcourt, WPT champion, in the pink hair there, holding his buddy. Said, we're going to hit an ace this time, my friend, don't worry. Mad Marvin out in front right now with a 2-10. If he wins this pot, he'll be our chip leader. If not, it'll be over.
And the flop is a king 7, deuce 10, still in front. No help for Philippe right there. To the turn we go.
Well, a 3 comes off. That means Philippe can catch a 5 and make a straight. So Philippe needs an ace or a 5 to take this title right here, right now.
Here we go. River card.
It's a deuce. And with that pot, Mad Marvin takes the chip lead in the heads-up battle one more time. Can you believe that we're going back and forth this much in this heads-up battle?
No, Mike. What an unbelievable end to season 10. At first, it was Philippe the Hammer who had complete control of this match, but then Mad Marvin doubled up twice to have a commanding chip lead. It's just amazing.
Well, you're never completely out of it when you're playing heads-up, Vince, as you know, and Philippe had to double up 4 times to snatch the lead back from Marvin. And after that last hand, it's now Mad Marvin who's back to being the chip leader. Simply incredible.
Yes, it is.
You just wonder the mental strain on these guys for going back and forth like this.
Oh, wow, look at this, Mike. Marvin has picked up kings. Gigantic hand. How do you massage this?
Well, he's going to make it. Looks like the minimum raise. And that's exactly the case.
Yeah, 800,000 total, Philippe, and look at... Oh, wow. Uh-oh. He's got jacks.
Vince, this is known as a cooler in poker world, as you know, when you're playing heads-up poker here. If he raises here, it's all going in pre-flop. There we go. It's all in. Nothing the Frenchman can do here.
The guns are firing. Kings versus Jacks for the WPT World Championship.
One more time, Mad Marvin celebrating prematurely here. Didn't learn his lesson from before, certainly. Both players going to get their money in with these hands. Just a cooler, as we call it. You're going to get in with the Jacks, you're going to get in with the Kings in a heads-up battle like this.
5 cards to come.
Let's see what happens. Well, it's come ace 9-3. So far, so good for Mad Marvin. If he can just dodge a jack, he's going to be the season 10 WPT World Champion.
They have both been on an emotional roller coaster all night long, and here comes the turn. It's a 10 of clubs.
Philippe Ktorza has 2 outs. He must catch a jack to stay alive.
Can Philippe suck out?
Mad Marvin 1 card away from becoming WPT champion.
Let's see the river card at our WPT World Championship.
It's an ace. There it is. Mad Marvin Rettenmaier has done it. He is the WPT World Champion for season 10. And what a battle it was, Vince. I'll tell you, Vince, you got to take your hat off to the Frenchman, though. Give him a salute. What a performance he put on all week long, and especially in this heads-up battle.
Mad Marvin has done it. He's our champion.
Oh, that's nice to see. Good sportsmanship all around. And what an effort the amateur Frenchman put on. But when the smoke cleared, the guy with the big chip lead starting this final table is now engraving his name on the WPT Champions Cup.
Philippe, that was a crazy heads-up battle, but you can't say you didn't give it your all. Are you happy with your play and how hard you fought?
Yes, I'm happy, but it's always hard to finish second. And it was a nice party, a nice final, and nice hands-up.
Biggest poker moment for you of your life?
Yes, of course, yes. It's a big souvenir for me, yes. And also my friend was here, so of course I never forget it.
You're right, you have a great reel, great friends. Let's hear it for the hammer.
Yes, the hammer. Faites le pour le hammer.
Hammer. All right, ready? Congratulations, Philippe. Great job. Mike Sexton is with our new world champion.
One more time, let's hear